microphone above his hip. He did suffer fools and he never took no lip. And after serial libertarian, then he came to talk some shit, he said.
What up? We hit record. Yep, we did that. We got this. We got that. We got this over here. Hit that intermission button. Boom. Here we are. What up, guys? Gals? Everything in between. Welcome to another episode of TwitchTok. Hi. Yeah, we're already dropping frames. Today's going to be a real weird one. I can already tell. This is, I don't know what to tell you. Hi. How is everybody doing? Good? I forgot to put this on my Faces book and stuff, so let's do that right now. We'll just get some dead air while I promote like I fucking should have. Oh man. Feeling a little better today. And there's that. Take a weird picture for Snapchat. Put a little link in there. Boom. There we go. And of course, get over to the Twitter as I hide behind this. What up, Ran Out of Thoughts? How are you? All right, there we go. We're back in. Hi, how's it going? Hello. Welcome. Why aren't the alerts sounding already? We got, man, already off to a weird start. Hi. How's it going? Shout out to the real motherfucker who's giving some fucking subs right away. Right out of the bat. People getting subs. How about that? I don't want to brag about how well life is going, but this is a generic Aldi soda. And this is a cat hair. Howdy. What's up, guys? How we doing? Everybody feeling it? Having a good summer day? How we ended up here? How's life? Feeling okay? Just gonna dead open. Don't forget to go over to our Discord channel. You can jump in and join the show. Boom. Boom. Let's see here. You can also go over to Venmo. Let's get these out of the way. Yeah, no, this is gonna ramp up tonight. I don't know what we have planned. I wasted a lot of my day trying to find fucking bullshit. Like I got fucking birthday gifts to buy and everywhere's closed. And I forgot about that. That's like the funniest part to me. So I just like walked into a bunch of stores and just thought, oh yeah, they'll be open, and then they weren't. Right, there we go. Why is it seems like the world is constipated? Life if it would just shit out a massive killer tropic storm. I mean, I don't know. We had a hurricane in Iowa.
Here comes the money.
Oh shit, here comes that money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I did get a copy strike last night's episode. We ended up with a new high of 4 copy strikes, which is super awesome. Also, oh yeah, I can do that now. I forgot about this. Hold on, let's see if it works. Yes. There we go. Let's see if we can fucking do it. Spotify in a like website is real tough. There we go. Yes. Look at that. We got a little background music. No copyright of any
Here comes the
kind.
money.
Here we go. Money
When
talk.
you get money. Let's have a nice relaxing day. Maybe we'll go hang out somewhere. Let's see what the world brings, shall we? See what happens if we go.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, tilt pinball. Yeah, tilt's open for pinball. That is accurate. I haven't been to tilt yet. Let's see if that works. Nope, that does not work. God damn it. We're gonna get a paradise picture up today, god damn it. I need it. I need it today more than ever. Oh, there we go. Now this one I'm into. There we go. All right. Here we go. It's always so weird when it crops off my shoulder like that. There we go. All right, now you can just relax and enjoy the show. Take in the nice serenity. Nice little sea set. Sea set? Sea set. Sunset. I'm an idiot. Oh. Yep. This is how she is today. We're gonna relax into the abyss. We're just gonna enjoy it today. I mean, it's there's no reason to not, right? Back show today. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I think it's decided. We're moving this shit to 10, you guys. I think that this is just what we have to do. Sucks for all of you that aren't able to join us when we move, but it has to. Oh yeah? I don't know where it is. I just googled HD Paradise, so this is what came in. It's too much me, maybe. Let's just, there we go. I wanted to find like a nice, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that instead. All right, I got a better one for us, guys. Here we go. We'll get rid of this. Go this one over here. shows this weekend were real good, actually. Was that Acme? Let's see if we can get this thing just down a little bit. No, damn it. Okay. There we go. Boom. It's just relaxing, right? Look at that. Just lay back. Suppose we have to look over here. Just pander it. Yeah, the shows this weekend were good. I thought they were very good. I enjoyed them wholeheartedly. What's really cool though is that I got this whole thing. Yeah, fuck yeah. Thank you for the bits. You guys are tits. You guys are tits for those bits, baby. Yeah. Going in, connected. We're just a relaxing one today, you know? Like it's just what it has to be, you know? I can't control that. But here we are. Yeah. So yeah, the way that this is gonna work, who's in the bit race? I don't know. This bit race? Here. Matt's miniature horse. Oh yeah, you want me to do it like Aaron? Matt's miniature horse is winning with 551 bits, and then we have the real motherfucker at 100, and we got ran out of thoughts at 10. That's right. 10 bits is enough to get you in third place, people. You gotta just get it. Grab it. I don't need a hug. Oh shit, hype train! Here we go. What happens now? We have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Wow. We're already at 44%. Corey Adam Blows is a great screen name. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Matt's Miniature Horse with 99. Taxes Theft with 10. Fuck yeah. Keep them coming, baby. Yeah, we're gonna sing for bits on this hype train. Yeah. Tell me what you know about that. Where's the next one? I think it's this one. No? Where the fuck they are then? Whatever. What's going on, Taxes Theft? How are you? Oh, good. I'm here for the Zen portion. Yeah, come on in. We're doing some Zen shit. We're doing a hype train, but we're using minimal hype. Because sometimes if you hype yourself out, you're just going to regret it. That ain't no way to be. Regretting hype. Not your basic white chick took one away. That's fucking weird. Matt's Miniature Horse with 100 bits. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here comes the gifts. Kay Ellington's bruised girlfriend. Wow, that is crazy. 100%. Thank you so much. Seamen Possible. Silo full of tortillas. Strictly Busy. 1980. That's right. Sometimes when you're trying to complete this hype train world, you gotta do it subtly. Taxes Theft with 1 bit. As we go into level 3, 11%. Yeah. Riot Train. I heard you the first time. Riot Train. Matt's Miniature Horse with 200 bits. Fuck yeah. Ran out of thoughts with 100 bits. Fuck yeah. Give them. Here we go. The oldie soda is actually pretty good. I gotta actually say, the company's name is Summit, and they're not paying me anything for this testimonial. Not a bad soda. Like, I was very impressed. Yeah, come on. Let's keep that hype rolling and rolling and rolling. I don't know why I'm so singy today, but here we are. Out and then press it against your body. Yeah. like that would just mellow me out more. What kind of advice is that? Hey, you're kind of down. You need a blowjob and some weed. No, that would just make me pass out. Is that what you want? I'd be like, you know what? Here's what I will do. Let's see if we can get this one. Here's my problem. Right. Oh, it was that one, you motherfucker. There. Level 3 complete. What? The real motherfucker showing up. Gifting subs to Manson Doable, Tweaky Gandhi, Ivan Yurkinoff, Bad Motherfucker, and Angie Springer. Boom, doggy, yeah. Oh shit, what? Holy fuck. If we relax our way into this hype train, I'm gonna freak out, you guys. Hell yeah, we're at 86% of level 4. That's crazy. 1,050 to Matt's Miniature Horse, fucking great. In #1 commanding lead, I would think, of the bit race now. Corey Adam blows, not giving any money, but giving a lot of Bob Ross emojis, and you know what? That counts. I gifted myself. Yeah, you did, didn't you? That's awesome. Oh, that's pretty good. It wasn't the real motherfucker. You gave the real motherfucker gifted to Bad Motherfucker. So I assume those are both yours. Otherwise, you got a problem. Hell yeah. No, I think I said it. I think you're right. I think I said it wrong. Oh shit. Am I playing this on the keyboard? Yeah, this is me. I just tossed up a little ditty. You know how I get. Hold on, I'm gonna play this for you guys. All right, how many people are here to worship the Lord? Hype train style. First, you need some drums and a waterfall. 99%. Level 4. We're almost there. We've almost done it. Oh, what? What? Viva Mexico, cabrons. Yeah. Viva Mexico, baby. I'm praying to God this music goes away. Well, you know what? It's not going to, because here's the thing. Oh, shit! Fly dog! Boom! No, Corey Adams Rogue Thumb. Part of this is the fact that I have to find music that is free, so it won't get copyright struck. That's huge. Oh, shit. Matt's Miniature Horse gifted a tier 1 sub to Aaron. Aaron is strict? Stricked? Is that supposed to say Aaron's tricked? But it doesn't say that. Eclectic Trailer Trash getting 1 too. Here we are. Boom. Way to go. Thank you so much. Yeah, it sucks. Like, honestly, this music, like, I wish it were a little bit better. I don't mind it. It's okay, right? But, like, the shit that YouTube sends you, like, for copy struck is crazy. Like, Twitch is okay. They're kind of lenient and stuff, but YouTube gets on your ass. And so I found this one guy, and his name is, it's like Haler Hellis. What the hell is his name? Harris Heller. That's his name. And he made this thing called Stream Beats. And what Stream Beats is it's literally a bunch of free music for people to use on Twitch specifically, because he's one of those rich gaming millionaires. Got rich on here. And so he put a bunch of money into making a bunch of free music because he got sick of YouTube copyright striking him. So even though it's not my favorite thing, I like to use it. Gives it a nice little background. Gets you feeling a little festive. But the main thing is, it's free. We're at 45%. 3 minutes left of this chill-ass hype train on this beach, baby. I'm out of bits. How do I get more? You click on that little logo down by the chat room, baby, and you buy them up. You re-up. Boom. Pretty cool. Some of their stuff's okay, though. But yeah, it's, kind of ridiculous. Well, look at the little, like, Gem logo. It's next to it. Should be an emoji and then like an upside down diamond. Bly Dog with 200 bits. Fuck yeah, dude. Keep them coming. Let's go. Let's get some celebration.
Apology accepted.
What a dork. That would be cool.
Tom Michel. I'm a fucking crackhead. Oh, that's fine. I'm a giant hot pussy, so. Wow, that was weird.
Highland.
White lines in the middle of the road. It's the worst place to drive.
Next to the smiley face. Okay, I don't know then. I'm not there. I'm not your fucking tech support, Brady. I'm trying to run a show. Simmer down. We're on the beach. We're having fun. Don't worry about it. You've given enough. Thank you for all your time. We got 2 minutes remaining, and we're 52% to the way of beating this motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. Hit Twitter up. Or Twitch up. I don't know. I have no clue. Sorry. I'm not in charge. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Click it then. We got 1 minute and 31 seconds to this hype train. We're at 52%. Let me hear you get hyped as we relax into the abyss of Aldi Cola. I don't want to brag about how much I need this hype train money, guys, but I'm drinking Aldi soda. The real motherfucker gives 200 and says, I'll be back in a bit. Have to help the neighbor. Yeah, cool. No, so here's the thing, Rook. Guar would not, like, so what's so interesting about the way copyright struck is that it's a bunch of bureaucrats. It's like the record label and it's YouTube. The bands don't give a fuck. Like, the bands, I mean, like, yeah, you'll probably find your prick bands that care a little bit, but like Guar would never care. But every time I play Guar, I get a copyright struck. And I'm like, can I just, like, email them? Because I'm pretty sure they would just give me written permission. They don't care. Maybe they wouldn't, though. Oh shit, Bly Dog, 200. We got 35 seconds, we got 66% in. Here we go. It is lame. And then I have to play this music. But here's the thing, again, that's the thing about this music, is that I'm not saying it's the best music, but I just really support what the guy's doing, so I will use it. So I'm sorry if you don't like it, but it's just, sometimes it's real better that way, I guess. Oh shit, here comes all of it. Otsu with cupcake bits, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but like, again, it's so cool what this Harris Heller guy is doing, because he thinks it's such bullshit. He created Stream Beats and said, you know what, you guys use it, and he owns the copyright. Hype train success! Booyah! Level 5 completed, we fucking did it! Fuck yeah! Look at that! Boom! Choo-choo, baby! Choo-choo tits, okay? Bly Dog, another 3. This is great. What emotes do we get? Oh, sweet, we got a KO. KO one's pretty cool. Oh, we got some fun ones. We did win. Yes. We won wholeheartedly. Not only that, but we've got this nice sea. There's a lot of people in the Twitch. Aaron, I see you're in here. How are you doing, buddy? How's Discord? Lonely? You feeling okay? Riot train! Like that? Aaron, I can't hear you. You're gonna have to fix your microphone there, pal. Oh, wait, hold on. I bet it's my fault, because I changed those settings. Give me 1 sec. I know what it is. I did this. There we go. Say something, Aaron.
It's quiet tonight. You sound like you need a hug, though.
I don't need a hug. Why do you think I need a hug?
You sounded pretty depressed when you started here.
Why? How did I sound
more
depressed?
now.
What are you talking about?
You sounded like somebody had shot your cat.
What? No. Yeah. Did you watch yesterday? I was way less energy yesterday. I went outside. I was a little hot. I ate a hamburger before I went on, so I'm a little bogged down with tasty, delicious food. I don't know what you want from me, man.
See, now you sound more upbeat. Now
Yeah,
you sound like
that's because we just completed a fucking hype train. Turns out when the audience shows gratitude to the host shows gratitude to the audience. Yeah, yesterday I agree. No, Brady's right. Yesterday I was down. Like yesterday was like, I don't know if like this is what 40 is gonna be or what, but yesterday I just didn't have it. It was like when you listen to baseball and they're like, oh, he just doesn't have his stuff today. That's how yesterday was. I just did not feel it. Today I feel great.
Well, that's good. You can't bat 1,000.
Who could? Fucking nobody. What are you doing, buddy?
Watching the kid paint her room.
Yeah, how's that going? Wait, she's painting her room? You outsourced painting the room to the kid? That's genius.
Well, dude, she's 15. I think she can do it herself now.
What color did she pick?
Pink. Very pink.
Now, does she admit it's pink or does she say it's salmon?
Oh, no, she admits it's pink.
Okay. What do you think of this sweet beat music we got in the background?
I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
Hell yeah.
Matt's miniature horse, that fireball one, kind of looks like fucking, like, somebody who ejaculated but should go see the doctor. Like, if I was jerking off and that came out of my dick, I'd be calling the hospital immediately.
I like that you admit that you jerk off. You're that lonely.
What? Jerking off has nothing to do with being lonely. Are you kidding me? You only jerk off when you're lonely? What kind of non-human are you? Good one.
I do think the world needs a huge hurricane or something. Just wipe.
Well, we had that tropical storm in Iowa. I mean, like, that's pretty close.
Yeah, but it's Iowa.
So?
It's not hitting anything important.
I mean, yeah, that's probably fair. Still weird, though, right?
Yeah. So, how did your shows went all good this weekend? Kind of nice to be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all Zoom related, so it's weird, but yeah. I got a lot of fun announcements going on today, too. We're going to move the show time so you specifically can never watch it again. I'm excited about that.
Fucking perfect.
Also, we have somebody in chat whose name is Sweatpants Boner.
That is a strip club professional.
I love these names. Twitch is my favorite because of screen names. Like, why did we ever get past screen names?
I don't know. Some of them are awesome, though. It gives you the chance to be super creative.
Taxes Theft says, Corey, you're kind of like Buddha. You like to give advice, but have zero self-control. That's,
I think Facebook should let us use screen names.
I've said this for a while. I think a lot of the stuff that, like, gets out of control would be changed with screen names. I think that using your real name on Facebook, it adds more brevity. Like, it just adds, like, an importance that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's like, oh, fuck you, cuck, and it's like fucking, like, Aaron Johnson, you're like, oh, this motherfucker. But if somebody's like, fuck you, cuck, and it's like Corey Adams Rogue Thumb, you're like, who the fuck is that? Also, your obesity. So you're just going after me right away, huh? All right.
Hey, I'm starting a new movement on Facebook I want you to get behind.
Oh,
Since we're tearing down all the Christopher Columbus statues,
yep.
Can we change all the addresses of 1492 to something else now, too? Because that's racist.
No, that's terrible. I hate this. Dates aren't racist. What do you mean?
It has the Christopher Columbus implication. Come on now.
So what?
Because that's how insane the world's gone lately.
I don't think it's that insane. I don't know. Like, the name changing shit never bothered me, and like the statues never bothered me. I never understood that argument. Like, it's like people going, oh, you're erasing history. It's like, no, you learn about history in history books. Nobody learns about history by seeing a fucking statue.
Oh, 100% agreed. And the history books are always written by the winners anyways, so even those are cheap.
So everything we have is going to be not, like, real. That's just the reality of it. Like, what I don't understand is the Confederate flag. I just don't get it. Like, why? Why is it such a big deal to people? I don't fucking get it.
I've never understood that one. That one's just
Well, it's like, it's so weird because it's like, and people from the South, they'll always defend it, or they'll be like, my heritage. It's like, bitch, the Confederacy was only around for 4 years. That's half of Obama's presidency. Let's stop acting like that's your entire history. That's like you having a bad relationship and then claiming that that's your entire, like, history. It's just weird. And then, like, the idea that, like, okay, we're gonna keep all this shit at, like, fucking government articles, like, whatever. Like, you're a failed coup. Like, you don't... That's like when we took over Iraq, if we just left the Saddam statue and like, oh no, it's fine, it's their heritage.
Oh, I agree. I just think it's funny how wound people are getting over the simple thing. Did you see the one now that using saying white privilege is equivalent to using the N?
Well, yeah, but that's always, I mean, they've been trying to do that with Karen, with Honky, with Cracker. That's just reactivism. Corey Adams' Rogue Thumb. I clicked on that. I cannot read it because I do not pay for Star Tribune. And I've already read my free articles this month or whatever. It won't let me view it. When I pop it up, it does this.
Wait, people actually pay for the Star Tribune?
Yeah, you can only get so many articles if you don't pay for it. That's the thing.
Well, who are the 5 people supporting that newspaper still?
Yeah, well, of course it's full of shit. It's the Star Tribune. There are 2 publications out of Minneapolis that you should never take seriously. The Star Tribune and the City Pages. They are so biased, they're not even news.
Yeah, but the City Pages has the good listings for concerts and stuff.
No, they don't. They haven't had good listings for concerts in, like, years. There's a gay magazine out of the city's called The Vitamin, and that one actually has better concert listings.
Okay, so now you got it. So City Pages is now worthless.
Completely. What is it? So, displays. Is that about Raleigh's, or what is that? I feel like that's about Raleigh's. Let's see if we can find... So here's one from the St. Cloud. So this is that Raleigh's thing. Do you know about this, Aaron? You heard about this?
No, what's up with that?
So, this dude has a bunch of Confederate flags and, like, other questionable paraphernalia, and he's basically being deplatformed by the Tourist Bureau in St. Cloud. Like, their website no longer, like reads them or anything like that, you know? So... But it's the, let's see here, the main tour here. I will put this up. This link is going up in the Discord. It's right there if you want to. If you have Discord, it will be whoop right there and boom right there. Bam. So make sure you go to Discord and you can check out that. Even Aaron got into Discord, and Aaron's an old man.
Super old.
Yeah, you are. We're almost 40, man. Oh, God, is I yawn? It's 9 p.m. I'm almost 40.
It's 10 to 7 here, and I'm hoping it's bedtime.
Yeah. Texas Theft writes, did you see my question yet, Corey? Is that your question? Because I saw that. Pff, your thumb is 45, kid. I wish. That would be rad. If my thumb were older than me. Be into that.
Dude, the only reason to have the Confederate flag flying is just to incite people to get pissed off. So it's
okay. So here's let's play devil's advocate about the flag. Okay, so here let's talk about this Raleigh's things, right? Everybody's saying that he's glorifying the Confederacy. Star Tribune reported Wednesday morning that the Raleigh's listing was restored recently after Visit Greater St. Cloud officials who oversee the area's Explore Minnesota listings reviewed complaints and ultimately decided to restore the listing. So that's funny because that was us on Thursday, right? Everybody on the Steel Toe show, that was us. We did that.
Yeah, but most people that are flying it, they're just doing it to be assholes. You know, just to wind people up. They don't have any idea of what it stands for.
Will Haverstock is here. Will Whitney, that's Aaron Manlove. Aaron Manlove's on the line, baby. Whitney here. I just reinstalled Twitch and reset my password twice. So dance, monkey, dance. Absolutely. Hey, Will, now that we got you here, you're gonna have to go over to Discord, get that app, and then you can come in. You can be part of the show. You can just hop in and start talking. Be pretty rad.
Do it, Will. Come on.
Come on, Will. Do it, Will. One with my shadow says, "Sup, Corey? Have here. I watched your cast from the other Friday. Sorry, as I heard you ended up answer me anyways. That's on me. I don't know what you're referring to, but I appreciate your apology." Oh, good. Mikey's here. We can start. So yeah, this is interesting because they did it right. So then. So she said, I wouldn't assume it was intended to hurt anybody. Our position is we remain neutral. It's a successful business and customers can choose to frequent that business if they want. However, the news that it got restored went Wednesday. Unite Cloud, that bitch Carol Natskins. That's kind of funny. A local nonprofit that champions equality. That's not what they do. So far, a lot of talking, very little dancing. Sweet Jesus. Blasted Techno Gadgets Discord. Yeah. Hey, ooh. Mikey, what up? Did you misspeak, cunt? What? That bitch Carol Natskins. Carol Natskins. That fucking bitch. Let's keep reading this one. Taxpayers residing in Minnesota descent. They don't want any tax dollar going towards promoting a business. Okay, so this Christopher Leham says that if you give money to Raleigh's, you're... Yeah, that's really weird. That's really weird and convoluted. Is that what the Star Tribune was? Yeah, I did say bitch. I said that bitch Carol Natskins. Yeah, he gets it. So yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird. I don't want to talk too much about it, you guys, because I have a whole thing planned for tomorrow's Steel Toe Corey show where I will go it. But wait, what? The Star Tribune said it was the Confederacy fighting against Minnesota. Yeah, get that Discord on, Will. Hell yeah. Bunch of other fucking BS. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I don't know, man. The Confederate flag is just... I mean, I get it's a cool flag objectively. It looks cool. It's like fucking America, but with an X. That's kind of dope. But like, I don't like... If you're at a private business, like Raleigh's, if Raleigh's wants to display it, sure. If you have a problem, don't go there. That's how the market should work. But like, I don't understand the Confederate flags in government buildings. That I don't understand. Like, that's a horrific loss that was a failed coup. At some point, that's on you. Shout out to Hoobs Kislet. I like saying these names I haven't seen before. Thanks for watching. The Swing Pin, that's a great name. V and K.
You need some chickens, dude.
What do you mean?
You should get chickens. I got 10 of them in my backyard.
What the fuck do I want chickens? I have rubber chickens as emotes. That counts, right? Boom, look.
Yeah, but the one rooster that I ended up with, the dude is just an asshole, but he's entertaining to watch.
Brady, you're not a Southerner. You live in Minnesota. You don't get to claim being from the South. You're here now. So you're like, do you want my opinion as a Minnesotan that moved from there? What's your opinion on it? Go ahead. This is going to be weird, but go ahead. Whoa. That got erotic. Goes down on me. Wow. Wow. Yeah. 3 years ago, you were a Southerner. Now you're a Northerner. It's not my fault. You're the one that moved. Also, Jack. Oh, hell yeah. Hoobs Kizzle subscribing tier 1. Thank you so much, man. Super rad. Thanks for joining us. Fuck yeah. Really like this beach. Aaron, what do you think of this beach? It's nice and scenic, right?
It's a calming beach for sure, man. I can go there and hang out.
Yeah, I think the thing I like about it is I can sit here and drink generic Aldi Cola here.
Hey, officially in January, we are both allowed to go to the beach in banana hammocks.
Wait, were we not before?
It's unacceptable if you're under the age of 40 and not totally ripped. But dude, you and I can go now at 40 or older, and it's totally acceptable.
Yeah. Texas Steph says, so we bow and worship the flag like Allah, Jack? I don't know what that means. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, Discord. What's my step? Yeah, so okay, here we go. It's gonna take a second, Will. We will get you specifically in Discord. That's gonna be our new mission statement for tonight. So go to there, right? It'll give you that link. You click there. Let me go over here and see if I can see you, because a lot of the times that dumps people off in general. Give me one sec.
Hey Corey, I had a great idea. When you come out here to do a remote for the show, there's like 3 nudie beaches in Portland, like huge ones. We could go there and do a live report.
All right, Will, try this one. See if that works. I don't care about a nudie beach. Like, I'm enough of a drunk that, like, any beach is a nude beach if you're drunk enough. Or not a coward.
And don't mind getting tagged as a sex offender.
Well, you know, can't make an omelet without, like, you know, touching kids or whatever.
Hey, where's Cuckstrom, the crackhead pedophile been?
I mean, he's been around. He's not in here right now, but he's been here. Okay, so let's see. Savage Dragon D. Was it really though? Because they separated from the Union because the Union was passing laws that directly affected the South, and they wanted equal representation, which in the end they got. So they really failed. Yes, no, that's stupid. That's not what happened. What happened was they wanted to keep their slave labor because farms and plantations weren't profitable without slave labor. There's a constitutional change, and that's why the Confederacy started. Like, I hate when people argue that it wasn't just about slaves. It literally was. It was that these plantations and these farms were going to go tits up because the model that they had for making profit was not profitable. And so what they did is they formed a fucking confederacy. They seceded from a union. They didn't even win. They won one battle. They didn't even win hardly at all. They lost tons of people, and they came cowering back and had to admit defeat. They absolutely lost that. Okay, that's weird.
Oh, they totally got their asses kicked.
Right, like that's the thing. That's the other thing I don't understand. Is like what, like it doesn't matter. Right, the North had industry, the South had human labor. And you could make the argument that maybe there should have been stuff in there to move industry down, sure. But the reality was the South's method of sustainable economy without slaves was not there. That's literally why the Democrats started the KKK. And you can go back and look at that. That's hilarious to me. The Democrats started the KKK. Get ready for that nugget.
It's not fact if it doesn't fit into their storyline.
Right, but like, look at their storylines. Their storylines, like, that's the thing with the modern left that's crazy. Their storylines don't make any sense. Look at right now. Like, fucking 2 weeks ago, if you go outside, you want grandmas to die. Unless you're protesting racial inequality, then if you stay inside, you're a racist. Which is it? Yes, the Dems really started the KKK. The KKK was a movement. Yeah, it is. The KKK was a movement to stop the Republicans from freeing the slaves. They were basically going to be vigilante justice to a South that didn't want to. So that's what it was. Then how is indentured servitude still legal in Minnesota? Isn't that just slavery? Yeah, but see what you're doing? You're moving the goalposts. You're not hearing what I said, and then you're using another term that can be misconstrued. They didn't free indentured servants. They freed slaves. The thing about indentured servitude is that, yes, it sucks, and it's legal in a lot of places where it shouldn't be. But at no point do you get a fucking title that says you're property of someone else. That's completely different. Will, how you doing on that Discord?
God, it's a bitch when words actually have meaning and definitions.
Right, and that's what I get so mad at this shit, because people, they want to get caught up in their devil's, like, advocate arguments, and it just doesn't matter. Like, none of it, like, the reality is that you lost a war. You tried to have a coup, and you lost. So, if you're trying to fly that flag anywhere that's government-owned or subsidized, you're insane. If you want to argue that that's part of your heritage, I mean, that's stupid anyways. It's 4 years. The Confederacy was only around for 4 years. They spent 6 months forming. They spent 6 months retreating. So your heritage is what? 3 years of losing every battle but 2? That's pretty pathetic. I would just gloss over that and not talk about it if I were me.
Well, that, and look at any other coup in history. When you have a coup and you're on the losing side, usually they execute.
Here you go, Will. Here's that link again. Boom. Let's see here. Anyone of color that had a high status in the South had slaves. That's not true either. You made that up. Like, there were plenty of rich people in the South that were black that did not have slaves. But yes, in the North, there were black people with slaves for sure. Like, the whole thing was that, like, and this is what I talk about all the time. The race issues in this country aren't really race issues, they're poverty issues. It's because a certain demographic of people were property. And then when we freed them, we didn't even really free them. Thanks to, like, Jim Crow laws, I mean, you can make the argument like Savage Dragon Z did. You can make the argument that there are states where black people aren't completely free right now. Like, go down to, like, Birmingham, Alabama. Go down to, like, the outskirts of Georgia. Like, it's crazy. Oh, shit. Will, I saw you pop in. So now what you do, Will, is right now you're in general talk, right? Oh, yeah, there you are. What up, Will? You're going to have to go down to settings and configure your audio. That's the other thing about this. Once you get past this, it'll all be money, baby. And you can just join in. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just Discord. You just have to configure your mic. So at the bottom, you'll see your name and then a number, which is your number. And then you hit the user setting and you can reconfigure where everything goes. In Louisiana, black people own plantation. Yeah, that could be. It could be. Let's see here. Stuff expired. Yeah, I just don't understand the idea of it. Oh yeah, no, I will. I love that shit. I love looking into weird history stuff because it's interesting to watch how history gets manipulated. You know, because like that's just what they want to do. Will left. Oh, he's probably resetting. I just don't understand how we're in 2020 and the Confederate flag is an issue. Okay, first off, if you see the Confederate flag and it offends you, fucking grow up. It's a flag. It doesn't mean anything. You should look at that flag and it should look to you like a white surrender flag because that's all it is. Who cares? Fly it all you want, you stupid pricks. I'm going to fly a real American flag because America actually wins wars, baby. Back-to-back World War champs. That's hard to do.
We did lose the war on drugs, though.
I don't know what that's to, Bob. All right. Cajun, bro. Saw it. Let's see here. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. Tovar, are you in? I think Tovar was in here.
He's just on mute, but it looks like
he'll
he's
unmute
listening.
him if he hears me.
I am here. What's up?
Not much. Just talking about the Confederate flag and what a bunch of bullshit it is.
Fucking losers, man.
Right? Well, like, that's my whole thing is like, but I also like, isn't there a little bit that goes into people that see the Confederate flag and get offended? Like, whenever I see a Confederate flag, I'm like, oh, look at that loser. It's not offensive. It's a fucking flag. But at the same time, like, who cares?
South of the Mason-Dixon line, like, everyone does treat it like some kind of weird, like, oh, this is what our ancestors fought for.
But who cares? Those are backwards hill hicks. Nobody cares.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand the pushback from it, and I don't even understand the initial push. If your whole argument is that you're for equality and it represents this, this, or this, like, oh, okay, so you're literally going to waste your time opposing 4 years of slavery because that's all the Confederacy was around for. And they didn't even have the flag for, like, the first 6 months. They had, like, 3 flags.
The real problem is that when we licked them in the 1860s, we let them keep it at all.
Hey, man, I've been saying this to death. The North lost the Civil War when we let the South rejoin.
Absolutely.
We should have told them no, and we should have just picked and choose the ones we let come back into the Union. Fuck you. You want to go by yourself? Have fun, you hillbilly fucks. Yeah.
Never Florida.
I mean, I don't know. Epcot's pretty sweet. Plus, you got the Space Coast. Kind of want Florida. A lot of natural resources, too.
Space Coast. But if we didn't take Florida, you could have had Epcot in Minnesota.
Brady says, who's defending the Confederacy? You'd be surprised, man. Go on my Facebook. You will see it. People are defending it like, and it's like, I feel like the people that are defending the Confederacy, they're not even defending the Confederacy. They're just mad about the hyper censorship of society. And this is how we don't get progress enacted, is you got to pick your battles. Like, if you're somebody that's all for equality and you want this stuff, like, you're not going to erase the horrific things of history. That's just not possible. So the mentality of, like, going around and strickening these, dumb. But the fact that we have Confederate soldiers and flags in government buildings, that should have never been allowed. I don't know why the fuck that is, but that should have never been allowed.
Yeah, that should have been against the law. Like,
right. Like, it's just like, again, it's like if we roll into, when we rolled into Baghdad, not taking down that Iraq statue. That's what, or the Saddam statue. That's what that is.
Yeah.
You don't get to have monuments to you when you've lost the war. And people are like, oh, you're erasing history. It's like, that's weird. They took down every statue they had of Hitler. I still know who he is.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? Like, all the history books do is teach you about the Civil War for like 3 years in school, but like taking away the statues.
Well, that's my bigger point in all this, right? Is that, like, if you're trying not to forget history, open up a fucking book. If you're so fucking stupid that you walk over to a statue, but if you go to a statue and you think that's how you're gonna learn history, you fucking deserve what you get. It's like misinformation. I don't feel sorry for anybody that's misinformed on Facebook. I just don't. If you wake up in the morning and you go to Facebook for your news, you deserve to be misinformed. You deserve
this whole fake news platform. It's so stupid. Like, when have you ever changed someone's mind on Facebook?
Never. Well, I think honestly, me personally, and I am very abrasive and very, like, devout about my arguing. I literally think in all the years I've been doing it, it's happened 3 times.
I was gonna say the same. I've done it 3.
Yeah.
That's it. And all the years that I've been doing it. That's it.
Hey, did this work?
Yeah, what up, Will?
Woo woo!
There he is.
Oh, and then he left.
I'm just amazed that, you know, you look at any other country where they've had a coup.
Hold on one sec, Aaron, one sec, hold on. Hey guys, just so you know, we're talking about the Confederate flag and everything. If you want to jump in on the conversation, hop into our Discord. All right, go ahead, Aaron.
Any other country where they've had a failed coup they execute the leaders. They execute the
Yes.
the soldiers that took it out. I mean, they don't play with
But
that.
you can't.
shit.
But like,
Except
okay, so
here,
so
we're
I
like,
will
"Come
play.
on back in."
I will play devil's advocate for that. You can't be executing people that were in the Confederacy because they were American citizens. Like, even though they revolted, even though they rejected that, if you are conceding to let them rejoin
Strongly
the Union,
disagree.
you have to give them their rights as American citizens. Otherwise, you're not really letting them rejoin.
Well, no, I'm not arguing that we should have executed them. I'm just saying that to let them then have statues of their failed coup soldier, their generals and stuff, and have that Confederate flag in these buildings, it's like you really didn't punish them for losing at that point.
Well, no, they
because it
didn't. They got
doesn't matter.
conscripted.
If
I
you
mean,
lose, you
they
get punished.
like the South basically got rewarded for losing because at a certain point it was just like, God, let's stop killing Americans. Let's rejoin the and like if you look at the way that all that went to, I mean, the North bent over backwards to let them surrender. It was really weird. Like in a lot of ways, they were dictating terms of their own surrender. That's weird. That never happens. Will, how are you doing?
Will.
Oh, I had to mute for a second unless you guys wanted to hear me say, go get it, give me that Frisbee in a baby voice really loud.
Oh, that's cool. Your mom's there?
Nice. Yes. No,
What do you think of the Confederate flag?
What do I think? Yeah, I don't have any.
I just
fresh
wanted to.
insights.
I wanted to make sure we got you here in Discord because I really wanted to have this conversation with somebody with a Confederate flag tattoo.
This is exactly what I signed up for. Fantastic.
Texas Steph
yeah,
says,
no,
"Is there a Union flag?" Yeah, the Union flag was the American flag. That's the Union.
Yeah,
also
no, I
would-
don't have any fresh insights. I just like trolling them. Yeah, it's just like it is kind of wow. Like that's a thing. I mean, then again, I'm from the north, but it just it seemed absurd for 4 years for that to be an identity thing, and I'm hard pressed to believe that it isn't kind of a winking. Like, yeah, we're all kind of on the same team racism-wise, right? I'd be hard-pressed not to believe that's kind of the point.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about the Civil War, and I always thought this was hilarious, is that the Confederates, right? They went through like 3 different designs to get to the Confederate flag, right? The Union had 2 other versions of the Union flag and then just said, fuck it, and went with the American flag. Kind of great. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's get caught up in chat here. Savage Dragon D says, a lot of people in the South look at it as more of a flag of rebellion than slavery. One of my temps asked me why it's such a huge deal because everyone in his neighborhood in Texas flies one and he's black. Well, okay, so that's fine, but like at that same point, do you understand, or not you, but just people in general, sometimes the reason you're doing things and the way they are perceived are different. That's just the reality of it. And for me, if that's me, if you want to fly a Confederate flag at your own house, I don't give a shit, do it. I think that the argument that a flag is racist is ridiculous. I don't view it as a race, but I also think the argument of this represents my heritage when you're talking about a 4-month period of a fucking, like basically a fucking turf gang that got beat up and sent away like cowards. I mean, why would you cling so hard to an agonizing defeat? Like the South has so much cool things, but that's where you're going to just say, this is my heritage? It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, that pointy, white hat thing I have, it just keeps my head cool, So it just keeps the heat away in the summer.
You mean your Democratic hood?
Yeah, the starched, giant pointy. I'm just saying, yeah, that's kind of the like, oh, okay, that's why, sure.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like if somebody wants to do something in their own house, in their own property, whatever, they should be allowed to do it. I do believe that. But the idea that like we have these Confederate flags on government, like the fact that it is controversial to say that Confederate flags should be taken down from government sites, that boggles my mind.
Yeah, I was baffled when I heard that we actually had them flying at like some
right.
forts and stuff.
Well, that's like when I found out
what?
like 2 of the courthouses had like the 10 Commandments. I was like, what the fuck is that?
That Baphomet story, though, there's nothing better than that. So, something good came out of it. If anybody's not aware, The Church of Satan got a statue of Baphomet put up outside one of the courthouses with the Ten Commandments on the same argument of religious freedom. It's delicious.
Savage Dragons D said the only flags in government buildings should be stars and stripes, the state flag, and any service flags. That's it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, or if there's like a union that's given a lot of money or whatever, it doesn't like anything that literally has connection to it. But yeah, like to put up it's such an illogical argument that it remedies on fucking insanity. It really does.
Yeah. It's a traitor flag. It's we left you guys to not be part of you guys. So why would we have that flag anywhere? I don't get it.
Right. Makes no sense. All right. Tovar, what do we do now?
We burn this bitch down.
I mean, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, we don't know that.
I feel like we kind of do.
I hope not. There's a lot of infrastructure that could be helpful in any kind of restructuring moving forward. A complete raising, in my opinion, is going to be counter to helping us out in the long run.
Well, but if it's just broke infrastructure on top of broke infrastructure, then it just doesn't matter.
Also, historically, you're never voting yourself out of an oligarchy. Eventually, all of this has to come down.
Well, and that's the whole thing with oligarchies, is that, like, in order to fix the system in its current iteration, you would literally have to have people in office vote themselves out of jobs, and that will never happen. That's like Aladdin. The only way to get a genie free is to wish for his freedom. Guess how many times that's happened?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you could also behead the genie that's holding the other genies hostage. That's also an option.
It's not. That wouldn't free a genie. The genie is held by a spell. The spell is government, baby. You can behead everybody. That ain't gonna stop it. That's gonna make the newer guys a little less powerful and have a little weird flux area where they gain power, but it's not gonna fix anything. You'll be in the same situation. Look at China. Look at how many times.
History for forever.
Yeah, but I mean, so is like raising things and then been systemically not a world power ever again. I mean, that's the thing. All these countries that are gonna raise, like, what's a country that raised their government to the ground and is now a world power?
Us?
Yeah.
No, not us. Absolutely not.
Yeah, us.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We burned ourselves to the ground like 3 times. In 1812, in the late 1700s, and then during the Civil War.
That was not burning down our entire infrastructure. We did not suspend the Constitution and get rid of the government. I know what you're saying.
The British did that for us.
We weren't even British. We were colonists. We were under our own libertation. We were under our own libertarian government, and that's why we kicked the fucking British out. Because they showed up and they're like, taxes, motherfucker. And we're like, you're not even doing anything.
My argument is more for the actual buildings themselves. I think we can repurpose those. We don't need to literally raise our cities in that way.
Nobody's talking about that, Will. Will, I'm muting you. Me and Tovar are talking. There. All right. So, like, but no, that's like, so. The thing is that you can't, like, you can raise it all if you want, and I mean, like, I know you do want.
I don't think you need to raise everything. I think you just need that. I think you just need to completely eradicate everything that's in power now and replace it with some kind of lottery system.
But again, name one time you've ever done that, and that doesn't end in extended poverty for the rest of that country's existence.
That's not true at all. I mean, the thing is that, like, you are not getting rid of an oligarchy with a vote. So at
that's
some
not.
point, you're going to have to replace
Sure, but you don't get to say what I said is untrue and then make a point that doesn't even address what I said.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, because the reality is, when you completely kill a government, right, to restructure to whatever, right?
Yeah.
Historically, you will never be a world power again. Like, of all the countries, Italy did it after Rome. Never a world power again. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, and maybe there's some. China did it. China's people will always live in poverty.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Does, like, being a world power, is that a necessity to be a happy person inside of a society?
It seems like it's necessary to have your citizens consistently living over the poverty line.
I mean, that's not true.
Yeah, it is. Who's not a world power or endorsed by a world power that has people over the poverty line?
All of the people in the world that are, like, measured the happiest people in the world are nowhere near, like, they're not powerful countries. They're all, like,
no, but they're protectorates. Like, if you're talking like the North socialist countries, all of those are doctrinated protectorates. Like, but they're all basically just like American and Russian
but
jurisdiction.
None of them are world power.
Right, but they're connected to a world power.
Sure. So why couldn't we just be connected to a world power? Why
Because
do
we have spent our entire country history ruining the world. Who's going to ally with us when we're down?
The British. The British will always.
No, the British aren't a world power anymore. Since
And
Brexit, they're not even a world power.
Anybody that realizes that we make a lot of debt still.
Yeah, but I mean, once our infrastructure goes down, if the federal level goes down, you're looking at a bunch
That's
of like.
happening anyway. That's happening anyway. Like,
That's
everything
why I
that's
said
started
when. You
happening.
can stop. You can listen to me and not argue while I'm getting a point out. I was agreeing with you. I said when. That was the word I used. When. When the federal government collapses, you're going to be left with a lot of state provinces, and those provinces and the way that they make it up will actually make us structurally look closer to like a South American model. And I doubt any of those outside of maybe California will be a world power.
Not a world power, but Minnesota will be a pretty good place to live.
Right, but we'll probably get like taken in by Canada. We'll probably be like Manitoba.
And the thing is that like
It's Canada's time to rise, motherfuckers.
the thing
Shut
is
up,
that,
Aaron.
I mean, like if you.
One of the best places to fucking.
Yes.
What'd you say? Will, you're on mute.
I don't
Stop
know how to-
talking. I'm muting you on the server side now. There. Jesus Christ.
You remember reading like the Federalist Papers and then Thomas Jefferson's response to those?
Yeah.
Because that's what this argument is really about, right? Because like the original framers of all of this, and I'll speak from Thomas Jefferson's camp because I am a Jeffersonian in that respect, right?
Sure.
Is that they wanted small centralized governments run by these state powers that could come together and form war powers together, right? And I think that's where we've always been headed. Is that because we're so secular and different, we're never going to be the most powerful when we try and conglomerate all of our ideas into one big soupy bowl.
Okay.
I think naturally, as big of a country as we are, eventually we're going to be like a European model where you're just going to see a bunch of country states that reside inside of a nation that, should anybody come and mess with, will band together to go fuck shit up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but at the same time, like, we're so fractured that we didn't even seize power when we had white supremacists fighting alongside Black Lives Matter activists.
Yeah. Well, and who
Like-
knows how long that war is going to range? Because, and that's the
Well,
thing.
no,
that
this
I've
is
been
the thing.
thinking
The systemic, like everybody talks about systemic poverty, right? You hear that all the time. What people don't talk about is the systemic propaganda of our government. Even if we get rid of the government, the systemic propaganda is right there, and everybody that was raised under the old system, they will build the old system the same because of the systemic propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not really curable is the thing that I was, and I was talking about that. I think you and I were talking about that on a different episode, but it's like that's the biggest, like one of the biggest issues, and like even right now, like if you are a Southerner and the Confederate flag means everything to you and this shit is happening, like maybe understand that like you could just make that as a concession and then just move forward. Like we got away from compromising. And this is my whole problem. This is why like I will always shout it from every fucking mountaintop that the left is worse than the right. Because they're nefarious. The left never changed their racist ideology. They just got better at hiding it. You look at minorities. Minorities have been oppressed by Democrats in the last 50 years, demonstrably by policy more than they have by Republicans. No knock. War on drugs. Fucking the what is it? The fucking crime bill that Biden put in. The fucking the extension of the Patriot Act with all the fucking gizmos that Obama put in. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and the white moderate has been around since the 1860s, and I think they've been as toxic for this country as they can be for about as long as they've existed.
Well, I just think there was a point in the 50s where the Dems, the
moderates used to be Republicans, because the moderates in the 40s and the 50s were conservative.
Southern strategy.
What'd you say, Doima?
It's the Southern strategy.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The Southern strategy is what happened when the Republicans found the disenfranchised Democrats, the ones who wanted to keep the Jim Crow laws. So they go, hey, why don't you come over to our party? Because Johnson, being a Democrat, Johnson and Kennedy, who were pushing for civil rights legislation, they were disenfranchising their own party.
Sure.
So it was called the Southern strategy. That's why that's when the parties, quote unquote, ideologically switched.
Okay. But it didn't switch because if you look at again, like I was saying, if you look at just the legislation, the Democrats are more racist than the Republicans.
Yes.
And
but what I'm trying to-
they also have starting the KKK under their belt.
Yeah, but who's fighting to keep the KKK and who's fighting to keep Confederate statues?
Right,
It's not the Democrats.
okay, but check this out. What is worse, right? Being a monster and being point blank and expressive about it, or being a monster and being so nefarious that no matter what happens, the other person's the bad guy. Again, like look at I can show you in the last 5 terms, so it'd be like 50, like you had the fucking the no warrant searches, the no knock policy of Obama. You had the crime bill that Biden pushed in. You had the what was that fucking profiling thing that Clinton's put in? The probable cause polls. Fuck, what the fuck was that? But like you have these champions of minorities, this one side that's claiming they're not racist, and they are enacting legislation that punishes minority at an exponentially worse rate than the other side. Now, you can look at it and go, oh yeah, they flip sides or whatever, or like it got to the point where they realized that if they wanted to keep pushing their racism, they had to basically virtue signal that that wasn't them. Because now you have tons of people that are going to flock to Biden. And if you think Biden, like 2 days after all this bullshit, he was out endorsing the cops. Shut up, bird.
Yeah. No, but it's historically known as the Southern Strategy. It was actually done by Nixon's team in the 1960s.
Sure.
You can look, this is actually a real thing. They were trying to get the disenfranchised Democrats who were upset that there was going to be a repeal of Jim Crow laws, which is funny because you're talking about the Confederate flag. Let's talk about the fact that those Southern states that put that above their state houses, the Confederate battle flag, they did that as a way of saying we're not going to allow Jim Crow. You can look at states like North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. All of those states in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, when there was pushback against Jim Crow, started flying the Confederate battle flag above their state houses.
Okay, that's interesting. I always thought that the Confederate flags were just left there and then just never addressed.
Well, if you look at the flag that everyone has the big issue with, it's not the actual flag of the Confederacy.
Right, the flag of the Confederacy is actually a different flag.
Yeah, this flag,
which is also kind of funny.
This is very true. But
Did you see all those news outlets trying to put the Gadsden flag in with all the Confederate flags?
It's not. I did not, but it is not the same.
It's like NBC, ABC, and CNN. I posted them all on my Facebook laughing because they're like, oh, NASCAR bans Confederate flags, and they had the fucking Don't Tread on Me. And I'm like, that's a revolutionary, almost the flag of our entire country flag, guys. Do your fucking history.
It's the flag that says, hey, sometimes you need to burn the shit down.
Do you know why the Don't Tread on Me flag is not the American flag?
Go ahead.
It was actually voted in, and everybody agreed that it would be the American flag. At the last minute, they decided not to because of the lettering and because they would have to print it twice because of the reverse lettering. So they decided that a flag without words on it would be better, and they didn't like the way that the rattlesnake looked without the words "Don't Tread on Me." And then comes Betsy Ross, and the rest is history.
I mean, she was good with her hands.
Yeah. Why do you think these people are so like insane about the Confederate flag though? It's 4 years, like, and they weren't even organized for the first 6 months, and they were basically just getting their ass kicked into retreating for the last 6 months. So you're talking about 3 years of the Confederacy.
I think a lot of it goes down to the group, the Daughters of the Confederacy. They were a very influential social group in the South. They were part of the whole, we need to recognize our pride. Them mixed with actually opportunistic Northerners.
But they were the ones that were using the weird circle Confederate flag, the one that wasn't even the Confederate flag.
No, but that was part of it, ingraining the whole, we need to keep our Southern heritage, we need to keep Dixie, we need to keep that. They were a big factor in that. Now, and then you have to look at the fact that there's opportunistic Northerners who had a large amount of zinc, which is what those statues are made of. And then they got these Southern municipalities go, you know what, you should honor them with the Daughters of the Confederacy.
But I thought the United Daughters of the Confederacy was just a front for the KKK. I might be wrong. I mean, I haven't read into it in a long time, but like, so what I always learned about the Daughters, because it's like United Daughters of the Confederacy, right?
something along those lines.
So
yeah.
like the United Daughters of the Confederacy, and this is based on what I know, and I have not looked into it right now, right? Like if I remember right, and I'd have to verify this, but they were outspoken about Confederate issues because they were basically the face of a promo spin of the KKK. And once that got found out, they were basically just like nobody cared. They were just like laughed at.
Pretty much. But they did have for a very long time. They were a political group. They were a group that did a lot of pushing to keep the Southern heritage sort of thing. I mean, they're the reason that's like, I think if I remember
Well, that's kind of like the
correctly,
lost cause of the Confederacy with all that pseudo-history bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. No, I just say losers don't get consolation prizes. That's all.
I mean, I don't believe in that, but like, I understand the idea. You know, I mean, like, I don't know, like, it's just so weird to me. It's just a weird thing because, again, if I was a Southerner, like, again, if somebody has a Confederate flag, like, that doesn't bother me. I don't care. Like, it's whatever. It doesn't mean it. And like you're saying, and like we just talked about, it's not even the real Confederate flag anyways. The one you're talking about is literally the rebel flag. Calm the fuck down.
No,
it doesn't.
It doesn't help that certain white pride groups. It doesn't help that white nationalists, neo-Nazis, the KKK marched with that flag. That's That's part of the problem. It's literally an image issue. If you really, when you come down to it.
Wow.
Because
holy shit. Do you know the actual name? So I'm looking at like Confederate flags right now. Flags of the Confederate States of America. Do you know what the name for the bars and stripes are? Or the X is? The stainless banner.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, look at that shit. I never knew that. That's gross.
The stainless banner?
Yeah, I've never heard that in my life.
Neither me.
Wikipedia, it's the national, it was the second national flag of the Confederate States of America. Huh. Let me see what happens if I've never heard it called that in all the years I've heard people bitch about it. Yeah, holy shit.
No, but I think you were onto something earlier when you're saying there's so much other cool shit that the South has that they could just be promoting instead.
Oh, never mind. So the stainless banner is the second design of it, in which they do the Confederacy without the stripes. So that's the stainless banner.
Gotcha.
That actually looks cool. Like, and that's the other thing too, objectively. Like the fucking rebel flag's cool. It's cool looking. I get it. Like, that's way cooler than the American flag.
Plus, everyone in the 70s was so indoctrinated with, Dukes of Hazzard, man. That was such a popular show. It was a touchstone in this country.
Yeah.
I think that's really a big part. I mean, I know it's really stupid, but I really think that is a big part of it. I think they were so tied to that show, and Bo and Luke were just good old boys. They weren't out to hurt nothing.
I mean,
and
if you say good old boys, like, I've already got an issue.
I understand, but you know what I mean. Like, I think that actually is a really big part of it. People associate that they associate the rebel flag with a show from their childhood. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, this is crazy. Did you know they made individual Confederate state flags? Of course they would, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check these out. It's fucking weird. Georgia's was unofficial. Look at Louisiana's. Like, what the fuck is that? Is that Russian America? That's a terrible flag. What is that? What the fuck is that? Are they growing egg yolks in a tree? What is that? Whose is that? Mississippi. Get fucked.
Well, they are 50th in most things, so I mean...
Blydock says, oh,
Makes
great.
sense.
Now we got to cancel Dukes of Hazzard. They were already canceled. You didn't see that shit? They removed the Confederate flag from the General Lee like a year ago?
Yeah, and they're getting taken off of Amazon Prime.
Whoa, check out the South Carolina one.
Thing.
What, Will?
I just enjoyed 50th in most things. I just wanted to shout that out as I like that. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are 50th in most things.
Look at this one.
But they're first
That's
in
actually
teen pregnancy.
What the fuck is this? Look at this. What is that? Is that like, that's like an Arab flag with like a California flag mixed with like an Ireland and English banner? That's these are terrible flags. No wonder you're fucking shit. Agriculture, commerce, like who drew these things? All right, so Texas is badass, right? That's got to be Texas. North Carolina? No, yeah, that's Texas. Texas still uses their flag. Okay, here's a question. What are we going to go after the state Confederate flags next? Because like Texas uses this one.
I think Mississippi still actually has there is elements of the Confederate flag in their current state flag as well. I might be wrong on that.
Virginia, sic semper tyrannosus.
No, but like seriously, yeah, like they're taking Dukes of Hazzard off of Amazon. Like you can't even be able to like pay to download it off of their service anymore.
This one's kind of cool. Like I think the X is a cool design. Sorry.
What do you guys think about the censorship going on, like Magic cards and Dukes of Hazzard, et cetera, et cetera? I'll take my question off the air.
Magic cards?
Long-time listener, first-time Discorder.
Making their way the only way they know how.
What was wait, time out. What was the question?
The censorship, is it helping? Like taking off the Dukes of Hazzard, you can't see that anymore. The Magic cards that they're literally erasing from the database. Is it?
No,
this
is the thing. It's the same argument that I have for the people that don't want. Like the problem with censorship, and I honestly believe this, is that, and this is where I get back to like hating on the left, Doima, is that like censorship is a nefarious tool to being authoritarian. And while I don't believe that you're erasing anybody's history or anything like that, there is a clear case of going way too far. And I don't like the argument of, oh, you have to push the pendulum to have it swing back. Like, yeah, but that's just openly admitting that you're going to be fascist until your fascist sensibilities are met. And here's the thing. People who are pushing for that, it's never going to be enough. There is never going to be a point where people are like, all right, that's enough. It doesn't matter. Like Dukes of Hazzard is a great example. What does getting the Confederate flag off of the General Lee do? Are we going to rename that car now? Because they took the stripes off, but they're keeping the name the same, right? Or like in Minnesota, we have Lake Calhoun that turned into Bade-Makaska. You're what? You're honoring Native Americans who you stole a lake from by naming stolen property after them and then fucking basically slapping yourself on the back like you're doing something? That's insane.
Yeah.
And like the Magic stuff, like, hold on. The Magic stuff. So here's the thing that happened about Magic. Like, I got this one, Witless. So what happened with Magic was they went out and they banned, so there's this one card called Invoke Prejudice, right? And this card has been racist since we were kids. I mean, like, it was like, as a kid, it was like, oh man, how the fuck did they get away with that? You know what I mean? Like, it was bad. I'll put it up on here so people can see it. I mean, like, I have no problem with them banning this card. But again, here's my problem. They didn't stop at this card. See if I can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. So the thing about this card that's really weird is like, so first off, it's called Invoke Prejudice, right? Look at what those guys look like. And then later on, that artist got connected to the KKK.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay. You want to tell me that that's a racist card and it should go fine. Like, I don't think that obviously it has the word prejudice in it, but I think you could have, honestly, just recommissioned the art. And that would have saved the thing, because to me, the big thing is the fucking art on this card. But so what's really interesting now is like Wizards has taken a bunch of cards and just removed them from what's called Gather, which is like their big database, right? And all of these old cards now have this message up here. Which again, I'm not mad about Invoke Prejudice. That makes sense to me. That's fine. I get it, right? But where shit gets really weird is Invoke Prejudice wasn't the only card they banned. They banned 7 cards. And the other 6 are just really hard to understand, in my opinion, right? So here we go. We'll pop this up. We will enlarge it a little bit so you guys can see it. So we have here... Where is it? There it goes. So Right here, this card is called, what is that? Is that Cleanse? No. I think it's Cleanse. Will, what's that card? Is that Cleanse? Yeah, it's Cleanse. Never mind, I got it. So, they have this card called Cleanse, right? You with me so far, Doima?
Yeah.
It says all black creatures in play are destroyed, right? And it shows like a swirling thing. Now here's the thing about Magic the Gathering for anyone that doesn't play it. All of the colors have a different thing they do, right? White is like a wrath of God, and it's all like holy strength bullshit, right? Black is all devil shit. It's all like Satan power and unholy strength and all this other shit, right? So what they did is they banned Crusade, which gives all creatures +1/+1, and they banned Cleanse, which all black creatures in play are destroyed. There are the exact same cards in black that do the same things to white creatures, but those ones were not banned. Like, and that's the thing about this that's so funny is like they literally banned all the white ones targeting black cards, but they didn't ban the black cards targeting white cards. And eventually the argument's gonna made that they have to do the same thing to green and red, because you can't like the game is balanced. It's a balanced game. Again, nobody's talking about Invoke Prejudice, and I think this is an important thing to notate and talk about, because I think this shit happens all the time, where people start out with a good intention, like Lake Calhoun. They thought Calhoun was a monster. He owned slaves. They wanted him gone from the lake. Fine. But then you name it after people you stole it from in their native tongue, and then put part of their like society stuff, like learn to speak Lakota, on stencils on the sidewalk. You reduce their culture to fucking fortune cookies, and that's so you can be woke. It's insane.
That's turbo fucked up.
Turbo fucked up, and that's what it is. Like, okay, so again, jihad, right? You want to tell me that the term jihad is bad? Fine, I'm okay with that. So we're at 2. Invoke Prejudice, jihad. What is this? Paradise Gypsies or something like that? Gypsies, same thing. Okay, fine. But now here, stone throwing devils. This picture you can't really see, but they're literally devils. They stone
That's the
throw.
one I really don't get.
Well, it's because somebody saw it and thought they were saying, oh, these are tribal people or something. Like, that's what happens.
No, they really, because that's the one that I think they unintentionally made the most racist card ever, and it wasn't racist at all. But now it's super racist.
That's what I just
because
said.
they cut it out. Okay, I don't get it at all.
Right, it makes no sense, but they wanted it to be racist, so now it is. And in prison, same thing. I mean, I just don't like, so prison is really funny because you pay 1 life each time creature attempts to attack, block, or tap or prevent it, destroy this enchantment. I literally do not understand what's wrong with Imprison. I don't understand what's wrong with Stone. I guess, like, with Crusades, like, is it because there is a cross on them? I guess, maybe? I don't know. And this is me just trying to play devil's advocate. But again, I don't cleanse, jihad, imprison, stone throw. I don't see it. And the thing is what you set out to do was ban this card here. And this card here was bad. It needed to be, like I'm not even saying banned. You could have recommissioned the art, but, like, I remember, and Will can vouch for this, we were kids, and we saw this card, and we're like, whoa, what? Like, there's no plausible deniability in there. It's called Invoke Prejudice, and those are clearly Klansmen.
Even what the card does is racist.
Right, even the premise of the... But here's... I will say this to defend them a little bit. Invoke Prejudice was supposed to be racist. It's supposed to be it's invoking prejudice.
Yeah, they went a little too far, but exactly. That's correct.
I think it's weird they kept the stop and frisk card.
Well, you know, Biden set. You can't touch that set, dude. You're only allowed to ban Republican sets.
Oh, fair
Look
enough.
up reparations. That one's never getting banned or having a price spike.
Which one?
There's a card called reparations. Just look at it and just it's not gonna. Nobody's gonna address it.
Does it come with 40 acres and a mule?
It's a white priest giving, like, really tribal-looking people a big thing of gold. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. Just they won't. That won't have a price spike, and you won't be hearing about it.
Well, that's the other thing too that needs to be talked about too. You're not making that card go away. You're making it become worth a lot more.
Well, back to the black one, the black creatures thing, like it goes into all of that sort of fantasy thing that there's always been, like, quote unquote, like black magic, white magic.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So like in magic, right? Like white is all like holy, like healing, like everything white does is wipe the board or heal your creatures, right?
Yeah.
What black makes the user sacrifice life for extra power, demonic power usually. It's all demons and stuff like that. But the reality is that has no racial connotations. You can go to any major fucking religion around this world. Look at Islam. It's always light versus darkness. That's what it is. And maybe that'll become racist.
Fantasy
someday.
realm's full of.
It's literally what the fantasy realm is.
Yeah.
You don't have
Lord of the
fantasy
Rings.
without magic and the light versus the darkness. Like even Lord of the Rings, in the dark, unite them all. It's in there. It's an element of fantasy that has nothing to do. And we've gotten to this point where people without valid points are being allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, because if you say anything to the contrary, then you get accused of being racist, or you get accused of being this. And we have this weird phobia in America right now. It's like we're phobia phobic. We don't care about the fact that we're racist. We care about the fact that somebody calls us racist. That's why, like, my favorite thing to do always is when somebody goes, "Oh, you're a racist," you go, "Yeah, we're all racist, right?" And then they have no way to go, because they either explain how they're not racist and they sound like a racist, or they shut the fuck up and leave me alone. Either way, I win.
Hey, be careful going down this road, or Star Wars is gonna get outlawed.
I don't give a shit about Star Wars. Fucking, I guess now that Mandalorian's out, maybe, but like Star Wars is the most overrated franchise in history. Come at me. You're gonna build like lifelong devotion out of what? 2 okay movies and like a bunch of shitty cartoons? Whatever.
This coming from the guy who wore out the VHS tape when they were a kid?
Yeah, of Empire Strikes Back, that's one of the good ones. Like, all right, you want to go down the Star Wars roll? Let's go. The original Star Wars movies, right? New Hope is not a good movie. Like, we all had to watch it because it set it up, but you don't, like, think to yourself, God, I want to watch Star Wars, and you watch New Hope. Nobody. I think Phantom Menace might be a better movie than New Hope.
No.
Yeah.
Disagree.
No.
New Hope is terrible.
No.
I think you're too sentimental to have a logical conversation about this.
I'm saying you cannot rail against racism and say anything good about the Phantom Menace. That's
Exactly.
No.
Why?
Jar
Draw
Jar
the line
Binks
there.
is a caricature of you could say he's a racist character.
All
and
all
the
fantasy and
Asian
sci-fi
alien in the
characters are
beginning?
racist characters. That's what they are. Like Klingons are Spartans, Ferengis are Jewish people, like fucking Cardassians are Jewish people. Also, like the Star Trek loves them some fucking Jewish propaganda.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's true.
Gene Roddenberry was an anti-Semite. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but it's very interesting because like all of the like weird like almost bad races, he put like stereotypes of like what a racist who hates Jewish people would think. Like, I mean, there's
Klingons. They don't eat pork.
not Klingons. Klingons are Spartans.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But like with like, for instance, with like the Ferengis, like they have a large appenditure ear, whereas like one of the very terrible stereotypes for Jewish people is that they have a long extremity, right? Like you have like all the there's like a really racist like Jewish market guy where he's like wringing out his hands or whatever it is, and like the Ferengi just do that when they're sitting around. I have a friend of ours, Seth. Seth always calls them space Herschels because he's Jewish and they always bothered him. He's the one that like really turned me on to it because it's like you look at the like even the like wedding jewelry they wear and stuff is very reminiscent of like ancient Jewish wedding attire.
It's egregious.
It's really egregious and it's and it's just crazy. And like if you look at it's the Bajorans are the Jewish and the Cardassians are the Nazis. Like the Cardassian Bajoran thing in Deep Space Nine is literally the Holocaust. Pretty fun, right?
Hilarious.
Always.
It's sad and it's weird, but it's also the case, you know? And that's
Well, you think of Roddenberry as having these ideals that, like, yeah, okay, money doesn't exist anymore, and society's kind of what it should be, and then to have something that egregious is just like, wow.
Well, but that's what it is. Like, from a world crafting standpoint, like, I forget, there's a lot of them in Tolkien too. A lot of guys that did extensive fantasy world crafting would grab people and then pop it in. Cardassians were Chinese. No, they were not Chinese. They were the Nazis. They exterminated an entire planet. They occupied the planet. They basically propagandized that all Bajorans were bad, and then, wait for it, they occupied and built a wall to divide half of their capital city. Sound like anything you know historically? Get fucked. I hate when people come at me for Star Trek trivia. Not only is that shit super racist, but that's also my favorite Star Trek. What up? I've never said those two things in conjunction with each other, and that's very horrible.
DS9 is super legit.
Yeah, oh, well, the first season's garbage, but after you get past the first season, and ironically, it's when the writers from Next Gen came over, and they just abandoned the Cardassian Bajoran plot altogether. And they start focusing more on, like, the fucking changelings and all that shit, and that shit got awesome.
Yeah, as soon as Worf jumped
Yeah, as soon as Worf gets in, it gets awesome. It gets, like, from Worf on, it's the best Star Trek, for sure.
Can I just confirm, and I'm sorry this has nothing to do with racism, but that Worf's son is the worst character in Star Trek history?
I would like to offer Wesley.
Dude,
yeah, I too would go with Wesley until you see Worf's son. Yeah.
Okay, Will, shut up. Will, I know you're new to Discord, but you can't talk over people. Tovar, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I gotta go anyway, but this has been fun. I have the tools now. I'll catch up with you guys another time.
All right, later.
Wesley's the worst.
Wesley is absolutely the worst. He's a bitch. Alexander, at least, like, Alexander also had, like, a traumatic upbringing. He was fucking shipped out to, like, if you think of, people always shit on Alexander, who is Worf's son, but, like, go through that kid's, like, life in the series.
That kid had a fucked up life.
Right? Like, that dude, like, fucking, his mom didn't want him because he wasn't Klingon enough. His dad didn't want him because he was trying to have a military career. He bounces around 3 or 4 different foster homes before finally settling in with his grandparents, who are actually the adopted parents of Worf anyways.
Of Worf. Yeah. They're just these really nice American...
Right. And Worf is basically the military dad that's mad that his son's gay. That's what that dynamic was.
Yeah. 100%.
Whereas Wesley just was given everything and is a little bitch.
Yeah, and then still couldn't produce. Just a little, yeah.
Well, this show got away from us. We're already 2 hours in, and we've talked about magic, Confederacy, and now Star Trek. No, Star Wars, though, we're talking about Star Wars. Like, honestly, you look at the original trilogy. Empire's good. Return's good. New Hope's not that good. The prequels are garbage. Phantom Menace and Episode 3 maybe are okay. I don't know. I rewatched Phantom Menace recently, and it does not bother me as much as it used to. That, like, I think it's just the, like, dual lightsaber with fucking Darth Maul at the end. It's fucking dope.
These movies have always been made for 12 years old.
Yeah. I agree. That's why, like, when the prequels came out and all my friends were bitching and moaning, it's like, oh, weird. It's almost like you're not the target demographic anymore,
Not for you guys anymore.
Weird. And every single person that bitches about Jar Jar, they're adults. And I guarantee you those people had fucking animals of Ewoks. Find me one person that's bitching about fucking Jar Jar that didn't love the Ewoks, and then I'll talk to that person.
Correct.
Oh, you mean you don't like the shitty Ewoks? You don't like the Ewoks, bro?
Nobody likes the Ewoks.
Fuck the Ewoks.
Wow, this got racist quick.
Only against little fuzzy teddy bears.
Yeah, right? Fucking goddamn rural Teddy Ruxpins get fucked.
They're from
So you go with that, right? So let's say, okay, so now, I mean, we could talk about the newer movies, that's fine, but like the prequels, those 6 movies represented the entire franchise for a while. And you can also include the Ewok movies and the Christmas special, which were also trash. But somehow, people keep telling you, oh, this is better than Star Trek, which had multiple shows that went over 4 seasons. Empire was the only good Star Wars movie because it was the most realistic. I think when you're saying Star Wars and most realistic, you get lost, but I'll agree. I think Empire Jedi. I really liked the first Abrams one. That one was really good. Force Awakens. That was a good Star Wars movie.
Rogue One was actually really good.
I did not like the Solo one, and Rogue One was not a very good movie to me, but I did enjoy the last half hour a lot.
See, I liked Solo, but it is what it is. Everybody has different tastes.
No, unacceptable. Repent.
You said you liked The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. I think it's better than Solo. Come at me.
That's your opinion. I don't care.
No, it's fact, Aaron. And I will not have you slandering fact with your opinion-based propaganda.
Big opinion coming in here.
Oh, yeah, watch out. Got my big opinion dick on.
The Mandalorian's pretty good, though.
Yes, The Mandalorian, I actually omitted that at the beginning. I said when you take out Mandalorian. Mandalorian is the best thing they have done Star Wars related since Empire.
And that's because of Favreau.
Yes, it's absolutely because of Favreau, but it's also because, for the most part, he was left alone and allowed to make a script. There's a really big thing going on in Hollywood right now where everything is minorities and females because they just won't touch white actors right now. Like, you don't get a lead character. Even a lead black character isn't really touched right now. Everything is woman forward, and the stories are suffering. So, like, to have an actual cowboy, and, like, with Mandalorian, he doesn't, I mean, he takes off the mask eventually, but he doesn't take it off, so, like, it could be anybody. It's the perfect trope for that.
The only thing that's kind of a bummer about Solo is that they were going to do a Lando Calrissian Solo, like his own movie as well.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been kind of interesting to see how they would have.
Yeah, but they deserve that, man. I fucking hate when movies do that. Don't make a movie because you're trying to set up a sequel. Make the movie you're on, or the movie you're making sucks. Look at Mario Brothers back in the day. They made that movie and cliffhanged the end because the movie they really wanted to make was this Mario 2 hybrid that they never get to make now because the first movie sucked. I'll give you another great example of that is the complete opposite of that is Shazam, right? So Shazam, the movie, I don't know if you know much about the story of that movie, Matt.
I haven't thought about that movie since the 90s.
Well, it came out 2 years ago, so that's weird.
I'm thinking of the what's the one with the Shaquille O'Neal one where he's the genie?
Also called Shazam. Very confusing.
That's the one I'm thinking of. I'm
not
sorry.
the genie, the superhero one that came out 2 years ago.
Oh no, I love that one.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
the
best
story,
DC movie.
so the story of that movie, right? And this is I don't think that he gets enough credit for this, but this is The Rock, right? Who's the guy? Like, The Rock's the man. If he ran for president, we're all voting for him. Let's be honest. The Rock was the executive producer, and he, as a kid, really liked Black Adam. That's like, he wanted to be Black Adam real bad. And Black Adam is one of the best villains ever because he's evil Shazam. You know, he's Shazam beforehand that, like, is a bad dude, right? And so,
yeah.
As they're making this movie, they're about halfway through production, and you can Google this. Like, there's an interview that Rock does where he talks about it. So he hits up the people at Warner Brothers, and he's like, hey, I know you wanted this movie with me in it and this and that. He goes, but I think we have to make this movie different because we have to, this movie is turning into something else. And in order to make the movie we want, like, it'll probably have to be 2 movies. And Warner Brothers, because it's The Rock, just said, yeah, okay, whatever. And then Shazam was able to be what it was without trying to set everything up. And now they have Black Adam in production, and that movie is going to be infinitely better because now they can make a darker comedy, whereas the other movie was very lighthearted. You can't just switch directions halfway through a movie and have it be cohesive.
Yeah, then you get the Justice League.
Yeah? Or like X3, where it's like, how many X-Men can we cram into this shit? Let's do it.
All right, what is your opinion on the Snyder cut that's coming out next year?
Wait, Zack Snyder?
No,
Garbage.
So like they're re-editing and adding in extra scenes to the Justice League movie.
I don't
it's
know,
going
man.
to be the Zack Snyder cut.
Seems too Highlander 2-ish to me. Like, if you have to do editing and add stuff to make a terrible movie watchable, you fucked up.
Well,
More importantly, why are you trying to do that when you could just make, like instead of making a remake like that, right? Why not put a bunch of money and just make another Justice League movie that doesn't suck?
Yeah. Honestly, in terms of DC properties, I'm more excited about the stuff that's coming to HBO Max.
Yeah, well, DC did a thing where they splintered their stuff to where people couldn't use the main characters, so you saw this uptick in a lot of background stuff, and that's actually better because DC doesn't get a lot of credit for it. Like, the thing that's so funny is people think DC is so much worse than Marvel, but the reality is that almost every Marvel character was stolen from DC. And DC steals from Marvel too. They go back and forth, but like almost every single character is a ripoff of a DC character just because they were around first.
Deadpool, Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadpool, Deadshot, Wolverine, and have you ever seen the Wolverine? Like, what is it, Alpha Wolf? Have you ever seen the guy that Wolverine's based on?
Yeah, I still think that I think Marvel did it better with Wolverine versus.
Well, no, they can do it better, but it's important to notate Timberwolf. It's called Timberwolf. That's his name.
Yeah, that's the reason right there. That's a terrible.
Whatever. It's a good basketball team.
Okay.
Hater.
Right. What about like?
I'm gonna just bring this up for people because people are wondering. But yeah, this here. So this is Timberwolf, and this guy, like, this outdates Wolverine by like 20 years. But I mean, like, seriously, like, what about that? Like, they're not even trying to hide it. They're not even trying to hide it. Look at that shit. That kind of looks like Glenn Danzig. I like that one.
I just think it's funny that DC had a Captain Marvel.
What?
Oh, because wasn't Shazam's, like, wasn't their other name for Shazam Captain Marvel?
Oh yeah, you know the story behind that, right?
I don't.
Oh, one of the funniest things ever, right? Okay, so here's the story, and it's great. Okay, so when Shazam first came out, he was called Captain Marvel, right? When Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel was basically outselling. One sec. Captain Marvel was outselling most of them for a long time, right? And then what happened was they just tick. After a while, people literally get mad and, like, they want something different, right? That's just what happens. People get sick of the status quo, and that's why we have reboots. You know, like, that's why we have, like, fucking Morales as Spider-Man. You know, like, people wanted a different take on Spider-Man. So this right here, they introduced Shazam, right? Which so Captain Marvel is the name of the character, right? You with me so far?
Yeah.
So to change it up, they added Captain Marvel, and his family, which was Harry Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr., which they kind of did a little bit in the movie, which I thought was really good, right? And so what happened is the company DC, they started coming out with the Marvel family. So they copyrighted that, and they let their patent lapse. And Marvel stole the copyright from it and came out with their own Captain Marvel and then sued DC over it. So DC had to change the name of the character to Shazam.
Okay.
And so it's like, it's super funny because, like, again, they were all... They also changed her to be a woman when they were doing that whole gender, like, she was one of the gender reversals where they were just like, oh, we're gonna make this character a woman, or this character, like, Marvel did a thing about 4 or 5 years ago where they just went through and they changed and diversified their lineup from being all, like, white dude superheroes, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with female Thor, though, just because that's stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, but, like, so this is the original Captain Marvel. That's what he looked like.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and Captain Marvel, like, that thing happened with them in, like, the 60s. But, like, so hold on, let's see if we can find. Yeah, and so, like, here's an old. That's an old Captain Marvel comic.
So they really kind of used the costume from the movie based on that, then, huh?
Well, the costume from the movie is the Captain America, or the Shazam costume. I mean, the Shazam costume is, like, the old. I mean, it's like Shazam itself is a knockoff because it was a knockoff of Superman, right? But, like, the costume is really iconic because he was, like, he always had the white cape, and it was like a half cape, not a full cape, you know? And, like, they've never really strickened away from that. They've just kind of stuck on brand for it. But the costume they used in the, like, here's, like, an original one from, like, the 50s. Well, wait, that's not right. There we go. So like that. And that's kind of like, the blanket always kind of looked like a quilt. And it always had this weird spike here. But the reason why is that when he was a kid, he was smaller, so he could have the cape. Like, the whole idea was that, like, originally, and I don't even think they used it very often after that, but, like, the idea was, like, he still had the cape, and so it fit him when he was a kid, but then when he changed into Captain Marvel, it didn't fit him. Which is really weird, because he always had a different uniform. It's like, hey, man, I could change my spandex, but this cape, Savage Dragon D says, they're just adding in an hour and a half of what Joss Whedon's cut out of Justice League. Yeah, maybe. Deadpool was a direct ripoff of Deathstroke, the Terminator. Yes, no, we said that. And they all are like that. I mean, like, and again, they like DC and Marvel have like at this point, there's no high ground. They have taken turns ripping off from each other for years.
Well, how many writers and like artists went back and forth between those two studios?
Well, so not as many as you think. I mean, in the 90s, for sure, a lot. But in the 60s and 70s, what it was a lot of your guys like fucking Stan Lee and stuff left DC because they were the big company. Marvel was the startup. And like, basically Stan Lee took all the guys he liked and reworked them. I mean, almost every single person you can name in Marvel is a ripoff of something. But the storylines, like, they would write the background story, and like you're saying, like Timberwolf might be the first Wolverine, but Wolverine's way better. Deathstroke, the Terminator, might be what Deadpool's based on, but Deadpool's better. Oh, Moon Knight, that's the other one. Moon Knight was Batman. You ever seen Moon Knight?
I know about Moon Knight, but I'm not as that one I'm not as well versed in.
Moon Knight is literally the comic I want made like into a movie so bad, because he's like.
Look at the Disney Plus series coming.
Is it a Moon Knight one?
Yeah, they're gonna do a Moon Knight Disney Plus series that's gonna like end up like having him like be part of the Marvel extended universe sort of thing. Yeah.
Love that. Love it.
They're talking about having Rami Malek play Moon Knight.
Who?
The guy who played Freddie Mercury in the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, that'd be cool. They should get fucking Harry Potter though, because that dude looks just like him in the comics.
Yeah, isn't though like the whole point of Moon Knight is that he's supposed to have some sort of like Egyptian, like there's some Egyptian background to it as well.
I forget. Could be.
I think he was supposed to have like the power of Ra or one of the gods. A little bit, yeah. There was some. Yeah, there's so many fucking comics.
Yeah. Check this out. There's Moon Knight, baby. What up? I'm a Moon Knight.
Yeah, I think that would do well for a series, especially to introduce him to the universe.
Yeah, I would think so. Shazam was originally created in case they ever wanted to make Superman evil because of powers. That's actually not true, Savage Dragon C. You're spreading misinformation. Shazam was actually created by a company that wasn't affiliated by DC. DC bought them out. It had nothing to do with that. The magic and like superpower thing was something they wrote in so they could do Superman versus Shazam, but that's absolutely not true at all. Shazam was not it wasn't created by DC. It was I forget the name of the company, but it was another company completely. See, LOL, losing viewers. No, actually, we've gained viewers. That's the funny part. Wait, when did they stop making Moon Knight black? Yeah, he was black for a while too. Moon Knight, I feel like, was 3 different people, but I can't remember. It's been so long since I've read those. Also, Cloak and Dagger. How come we haven't had like a good Cloak and Dagger movie yet?
They had that really bad Hulu
That show was
series.
fucking terrible. I watched one episode and I'm like, I'm so excited. Like the Cloak and Dagger comic book, like the story to it was so fucking awesome. And then they just ripped it up.
I think that one's on the board for Marvel to do a reboot in probably about 5 years to actually put it in the extended universe.
Yeah, I would think so. But I mean, like, they don't
stuff.
have anything. Like, that's what I'm talking about, though. And Disney, like the upcoming Marvel movies have no real main superhero thing. They're pumping all their other stuff because they're just trying to like fucking look woke. And it's a problem going on in Hollywood a bunch. Like, I mean, look at the like listing for here. Let's see what the Marvel movies are for Just go list up.
I can already tell you what they are. I already know the lineup. It's gonna be it's the Black Widow movie, which is gonna set up. What is it? It's the Black Widow movie, although it's a quote unquote prequel, if I remember correctly, is actually gonna set up. The
Whoa!
Thunderbolts.
What? They got a New Mutants coming? Fuck yeah! Into that.
The New Mutants was actually a Fox movie that's been delayed for about 4 years. It was actually made about 3-4 years ago, and they've re-edited it about 4 times. And it's not. If it does well, there's talk that they're going to make that part of the Disney Marvel extended universe. If it does poorly, it's going to be like the Fox. They'll be like, oh well, that's like just like the last X-Men movie. Like, oh, that was Fox's mess. We just had to put it out because we bought their property.
Whoa! They released the Venom 2 teaser trailer. I have not seen this yet. Pretty dope.
I'm actually pretty excited about the whole having Tom Holland's Spider-Man in that universe.
Yes, like I thought that it was like, and can we talk about how genius Sony is? Like that, like the way they played the fucking Spider-Man card is just unbelievable. That might be the greatest like business move I've ever seen in my life. They bought out Superman or Spider-Man, and in their contract they maintain ownership. So Fox, when Marvel Studios was struggling, right? Fox and Sony bought out characters, right? Fox bought X-Men and Fantastic Four, and Sony bought Spider-Man. Owned it outright.
And Universal bought Hulk.
What?
Universal.
Oh, that's
actually
right.
owned
I forgot
Hulk.
Universal bought because they had those super weird fucking Hulk with dog movies, with like Kevin Smith as a scientist and shit. Eric Bana, I think.
Yeah, the Eric Bana. That one is dog shit. That weird
The Norton
Ang Lee
one. The
one.
Norton one never gets talked about, but that's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, but that was still Marvel.
Yeah, that was
still part of the
Yeah.
Disney Marvel. But they had to pay for the rights to use the Hulk in that movie to Universal.
Right. Well, that's so with Sony, like so Fox, they couldn't go back and forth. They couldn't get their property, and eventually they just bought out Fox. Like part of the reason they bought out Fox Studios was the X-Men and Fantastic Four because Fox wasn't getting rid of them.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
so
and
what's so crazy about Sony, what Sony did was they bought Spider-Man, made a bunch of Spider-Man movies. And in their contract, it said as long as they make one as long as one's in production, they maintain property control. And it was the same thing. It's why Fox released that horrific Fantastic Four movie. It's because like they just needed to release the movie to maintain ownership of the franchise. But so Sony goes in with Disney and they start talking to each other. And then Disney leases Spider-Man from Sony. So right now, Sony still owns Spider-Man, a product that they didn't invent. Marvel is owned by Disney, but they negotiated it so that Marvel can lease Spider-Man, right? They can lease the universe. They can do whatever they want with it, right? But everything they do with it counts as the Spider-Man thing in their contract. So everything Disney does counts as Sony maintaining ownership for it. And Disney, I'm sure, didn't want to, but at the time, they wanted to do Civil War, and even though they changed it a lot for the movies, you can't do Civil War without Spider-Man. Like, you can't have this encompassing, like, Marvel universe without Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. It's just gonna be hard. Especially, like, with the Rogues Gallery. What?
Civil War would have been way better if they would have had the rights to X-Men and the Fantastic Four as well.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they could still do the, like, Avengers versus X-Men stuff, which was really cool. But the reality is that, like, almost every villain you're going to use in the Marvel Universe started in Spider-Man or Fantastic Four. Almost every single one. Like, I think Magneto and Apocalypse are the only two, and that's X-Men. But I mean, like, fucking, like, name a villain, and they started out in either Spider-Man or Fantastic Four on Marvel's side. Almost all of them.
I can't wait for Doom to come back, dude.
Doom? Yeah, that would be fun.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom is...
Have you ever seen that live-action Fantastic Four movie where they have Doom in it?
Which, are you talking the 94 one?
Yeah, the one that looks like a fucking unrendered DeVry commercial?
Yep.
Oh, shit's great, right?
It's a pain watch, but it's a good pain watch.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a guilty, fun pain watch.
Yeah, very much so. No, there's rumors that the main villain in the next Black Panther movie is actually going to be Doctor Doom. because I guess there is some comic crossover there as well.
Yeah, no, Doctor Doom and Black Panther had some things for sure.
And then that's also how they're going to bring in Namor, which is another really interesting one because Namor is also owned by Universal.
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting if you look at the characters that are owned. So Namor, they had to borrow the rights to use him for that. That's why he's never going to get his own movie. The same thing goes with like She-Hulk. They had to buy She-Hulk from Universal because she also was owned by Universal. Another one is if you start looking at like some of the characters in the Spider-Man universe that they were able to put in the Marvel movies, it's going to be really interesting to see their sharing deal with the Sony ones, like the Morpheus movie, and then the Venom 2.
Well, it's interesting too to see like because it's like they've got that Morbius one too with Leto, and like that's also going to be in the Spider-Verse. Like what's weird is like they've changed everything, so it's like X-Men universe, Marvel universe, Spider-Verse. They're all like segmented universes. It's interesting.
Well, the way the sharing deal works is anything that happens to Tom Holland's Spider-Man can be referenced in a Sony movie, and anything that happens to him in a Sony movie can be referenced in a Marvel Extended Universe movie, but the characters might not cross over.
Well, so I thought that the characters... So I read that they had renegotiated that after Venom's success.
That's pretty much why.
Because the whole problem was that, like, Marvel didn't want Sony to make Spider-Man movies anymore, and they're like, no, fuck you, we get to. And they're like, well, you can't use Spider-Man. And they're like, fine, bitches, we'll use Venom. And that movie is way funner than it has to be. That movie should be called Tom Hardy Does Some Heavy Lifting.
Very much so.
Tovar, did you ever see Venom?
Sorry, no, I have not seen Venom.
You should see that. I think you'd like it.
I should put it on my list for sure.
It's a lot of fun.
Aaron, have you seen Venom?
Not yet.
Not yet. What's holding you back? It's only like 4 years old.
I got 3 kids, dude.
So what? It's a kids movie. Let them watch a movie, Dad.
It's PG-13.
Yeah, they could watch it. If it was X-rated, I'd let them watch it. Who gives a shit?
How do we feel about the new Blade?
Hey, they need to remake like Dick Tracy and The Shadow too, and actually do them where they're not like cartoons.
That had never happened in this culture, dude. All of the people, all of the villains in the Dick Tracy universe were completely identified by like weird scarring and like physical attributes. You can't do that. I mean, like, do you think that that Hollywood would ever actually try to do that again?
Well, there's the other problem. We got to get rid of Hollywood and start getting decent films made. They keep just remaking the same garbage. Well, yeah, exactly. But if you look, like, they just keep recycling shit over and over and over and over, unless it is like the comic book movies where you have a huge supply of storyline.
The one that's getting slept on the most is actually going to be Todd McFarlane's Spawn movie. It's going to be a rated R, and it's actually going to be a comic book horror film.
I mean, everything that guy does with Spawn is a horror film at this point. Like, he should have just walked away after that HBO cartoon.
The HBO cartoon was great. I loved the HBO cartoon, but the movie was dog shit. That John Leguizamo 90s Spawn PG-13 bullshit was terrible. But like, he's directing, he has the complete creative control, and it sounds like it's actually going to be really good, and it's actually going to be kind of lower budget, which to me says it's actually that means he's going to be focusing more on plot. I don't know. I'm excited about that one.
Sounds like Disney wants to do another Deadpool movie too, which is cool.
Yeah, that's another interesting story. How they're going to do that. Because they're
going to dump. I assume they're dumping all of the fucking I would think, knowing nothing about the situation, that they would dump all of the X-Men stuff except for, like, I don't know. Like, I bet they'll fucking do a spin-off of that chick Wolverine, because that's what Disney's doing right now. They're taking everything, and they're just going, let's pump out as much women-focused stuff as possible, which is fine. It's a market.
X-23, you mean?
Yeah. Guarantee you
Yeah,
that's the next spin-off you'll see, because X-23 is actually a big part of the universe overall. Also, like, here's my question, and this is where I get mad, right? Like if you're going to focus on women, let's say, okay, you're only going to do women superheroes from now on. Pick some better ones. There's a bunch of good ones.
I wouldn't be mad about an X-23 movie.
I want more Mad Max movies.
They're coming.
Road was way
you gotta give him a sec. He's making a new one. They've been making a Furiosa movie for a while now.
Yeah, but I mean, those they're the original three. You know, Mad Max, The Road Warrior, and Beyond Thunderdome. I liked them, not so much Thunderdome. But
well, they're not good. Here, can I play devil's advocate for a second? Nobody likes the first Mad Max. They just forget the difference between the first and second one. The second Mad Max, The Road Warrior, is one of the best action movies of all time, and Beyond Thunderdome is garbage. But, like, Mad Max and Fury Road are fucking tits. Ellie Mae says we're living in Mad Max. What more do you want?
Hey, Tina Turner's still alive. I think we could get her to do another Thunderdome. I mean, let's make it happen.
The Road Warrior was by far the best of the first three. Mad Max wasn't bad. It
Mad
just
Max
got
was
super
terrible.
slow in a bunch.
Terrible. That's a terrible movie. It's like, hey, here's this cool concept. Watch a bunch of bullshit until we give you this one quintessential scene of, like, can you saw through the handcuffs or your arms? That 15 minutes is the only redeemable part of that movie. Otherwise, it's just like, what? Mel Gibson's mad and he's driving around Australia? Who gives a fuck? It doesn't even look like a post-apocalyptic world.
I just assumed that was Eastern or Western Australia.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be the waste. It was always supposed to be the waste. They just didn't have the... Like, this is... Like, Mad Max is a lot like Evil Dead. Evil Dead 1 and 2 were just Raimi fucking around. Army of Darkness is the movie he was trying to make. Same thing with fucking, what is it, George Romero? Is that his name? Did I just pull that right?
Yep, George Romero, yep.
Yeah. So George Romero, like, the movie he wanted to make was Fury Road. He just never had the time, like, the money. So, like, the first one was, like, literally an independent film. Almost no money. Does well. He finally gets a budget. He's able to make Road Warrior. But Road Warrior, he had a bunch of budget issues, too. They had to rewrite that movie on the fly because of budget issues. And then, when they finally gave him the budget, he made Beyond Thunderdome, which was a very critical flop. And then he went on to do, like, Happy Feet and all these other money-making things. Like, that dude has made so much money for studios, it's crazy. And then he came back, and when he was able to do Fury Road, he was able to take all the money that he had, maintain ownership, and do the movie that he wanted to make. And he talks about it. Like, Mad Max, Fury Road, he said that that's the only one anybody needs to watch. And I don't think he's wrong. That movie is spectacular.
That is... I'm not always a huge fan of CGI because a lot of these filmmakers, they rely on it instead of a good story. But that one had a good story, but those were movies that definitely benefited from advancements in special effects.
Well, and the other thing that, like, which is really funny, and this, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge Mad Max guy. Like Mad Max Fury Road is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. And you can Google this. It's so funny. Mad Max was almost scrapped. Like, Fury Road tested, like, the worst in test audiences they'd ever had. And they were literally, like, he had to offer to reimburse stuff where usually the director doesn't have to get that movie made. There was serious studio pressure to abort that movie when it tested terrible. And he stuck to his guns, and we're left with an action classic.
And it is an amazing film. I love that one, dude. It's awesome. The characters, everything.
Yeah.
The feel, the character feel from like the Road Warrior and stuff is there, but it's done way better than
the
it
problem
than it
is
originally
it's the
was.
bad guy. It goes back to the bad guy. That what's that guy's name? Something Joe? Not Sebastian Joe. That's the fucking ice cream. What is the fucking? Do you know his name? It's Joe something. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too because I keep thinking of our Savior Joe or the Lord Joe from Waterworld from the Exxon Valdez.
Immortan Joe, that's his name. But Immortan Joe was like not only is that the best, but he was the best villain. I mean, he's better than Toe Cutter. He's way better than Humongous. And that's like you need that epic fucking thing. And that like the like fan conspiracy with that movie, Aaron?
I might have heard it, but it's not ringing a bell.
And George has said that it'll be answered in the next movie, but he's never spoken about it out loud. But remember the like weird wild kid from the second and third movie?
Yeah.
The like animal kid?
Like the dingo kid.
Right. So supposedly that's who Mad Max is. Like that's who Tom Hardy is. Like there's a bunch of allusions to it. Like he just had Mad Max's car. There's a point where he could get his car back and doesn't, which is something Mad Max wouldn't do. And then he has a points where he's growling and acting like that. So there's a lot of people. He has that little trinket that the kid has. Like there's in the scene in like, I think it's Road Warrior or Beyond Thunderdome. They all been together. There's a little dancing figurine music box thing. And the kid looks at it before he goes to bed. And in Fury Road, Tom Hardy has it. So the big theory is that that's not actually Mad Max. That's the kid.
It's a little music. It's the music part of a music, like a...
Yeah. It's a music box with like a figurine. Yep. But it's the same one that kid had. And his character has it. His character growls like that. His character acts a little bit more animalistic than normal. I mean, like, so that's why they say that he was the kid.
Yeah, that kid was in Beyond Thunderdome.
It's George Miller.
Oh, thank you, George Miller. George Romero is the zombie guy.
Who's the Night of the Living Dead guy.
Yeah. I knew it was a George.
I think you're close.
Hey man, I'm pulling these out of my head. I don't know what you want from me.
No, I was looking something up and I just happened to see it was George Miller.
But that's what you get to when you allow somebody to actually just make their film, what they have in their head and not what test audiences want and everything else too. You get movies like that.
Well, that's why I'm excited about the Spawn movie that's coming up, because it's the actual creator and the artist behind it.
Yeah, but like here's the problem with that though. He's been that role in everything they've ever done with Spawn. That doesn't mean it's good. That Spawn movie is fucking terrible.
He had nothing to do with the Spawn movie. It was
he
taken
wrote the
completely
script.
out of his control. Yes, but they completely edited the script, and they also told him
Didn't he have edit? Wasn't he an editing credit on that too?
I don't believe he was. The next one, the movie that he's coming out, is 100% him. He wrote it. He's directing it.
Well, I know he did the HBO cartoons, and that's great because they were good.
Those were phenomenal. Yeah, like it was completely taken out of his control because the studio.
Here's the real thing, though. Why is Marvel making a Spawn movie when Spawn is an Image?
It's not. It's a different studio.
Okay.
Yeah, it's its own. I think he's working with an indie studio. If I remember correctly, I think he might be working with Blumhouse. I'm not 100% on that.
Spawn, one of the first movies to have a African American as the title role hero too. Nobody ever talks about that. That was a big thing with somebody where I was like, because he's like my buddy was just like, God, I love the Pink Panther, man. It's so good to finally see a black superhero. And I'm like, there's been black superheroes in the movies. I go, what about Blade? And he goes, everybody says Blade. Name another one. I go, what about Spawn? He just looked at me and goes, all right, everybody but you.
You meant the Black Panther, not
Meteor Man was tits. What?
You meant the Black Panther, not the Pink Panther, right? Because you did say Pink.
Did I say Pink Panther?
No, you said the Pink Panther.
I don't think I did. I don't even like the Pink Panther, so I find that very unbelievable.
Yeah, I just looked it up. The new Spawn movie is going to be a Blumhouse production.
Can confirm you said Pink Panther.
Weird.
See, even Tovar's got my back.
Nobody's got your back, Aaron. They're just don't have my back in accessing qualities.
I will spin it however I want, jackass.
Yeah, well, now you're taking Tovar's bit. Narratives are his department.
Narrative boy! The sequel Corey never saw coming because he didn't write it.
Oh, I wrote it. There's my narrative. I fucking wrote it, bro.
Yeah, but love it or hate it, you know, I personally like the movie, but take Smokey and the Bandit. That was written by Hal Needham, who was a stunt car driver or a stuntman in the movies first. So you get somebody that knows what they're doing, and the guy makes a perfect car chase movie because that's what he knew how to do. And that's what I'm saying. You get all these people now that write movies that don't know what the hell they're writing about.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And it's all about the structure of it. It's about looking
Smokey
like
and
you
the-
know what you're doing.
Go ahead. Smokey and the Bandit is not the perfect car movie. Gone in 60 Seconds, the original, is the perfect car
No,
movie.
I'm gonna go away from both of you and just say Drive is.
No, have you seen the original Gone in 60
I have.
Seconds? All right. Fair.
It's okay. I mean, it's definitely top
Drive?
10.
It's like the new
Cannonball
Drive?
Run.
No, like the old one with Ryan Gosling.
Ugh, no.
That movie's
All right.
great, dude. That has maybe the best opening car sequence you'll ever see in your life.
No.
Or Driver. I think it's called Driver.
I mean, the Italian Connection's also like one of the
Italian
best
Connection,
movies.
I would also put over Gone in 60 Seconds. Also, you
How
want to
about Bullet?
you want to hear a real controversial take, Tovar? I would
What?
put Ford versus Ferrari over Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's not a. I mean, it's a driving movie, sort of, but it's
I
not
don't know,
like a
man. Those
driving
like in between races are pretty good, but I get what you're saying. I'll allow that. But yeah, dude, Driver, like that opening fucking sequence in that movie is like the craziest. You know what I'm talking about?
movie. No, I've seen that movie. I like that movie a lot. I just don't know if
It's such a good movie. Let's see what the best racing movies are according to Google.
One of the most iconic, I think, for any kind of car chase or anything else has got to be Bullet.
Oh yeah, you guys, we totally forgot
Bullet,
about Cars 3.
Cars 3. Go home now. Show's over, guys. We got.
I just Googled this, and Cars 3 was second next to Need for Speed. I literally typed in best racing movie. Check this out.
These are not lists that we can trust.
No, dude, they have planes in there. Planes.
Wreck-It Ralph isn't part of it.
Did they interview 6-year-olds?
Yeah, it seems like planes and cars. Like, here's the real thing, right? Why Cars 3? Like, okay, let's say you're gonna make the argument for Cars. I think you're wrong, right? But like 3 isn't even the best Cars movie.
No.
That's so funny to me. What happens if I expand this? Oh yeah, the love
Okay.
bug.
So here, you know what? Here's I think. Let me,
Oh,
I'm
Great
gonna-
Race. We forgot Great Race.
It's a great race.
Yeah, The Great Race. That's a great movie.
Is
So go-
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on there?
Ooh, nice call.
No, but Bikini Beach is. I don't even get why. They do have Cannonball Run too.
Is Bullet on that list?
No, actually, here, I'll just move. I don't know why I went away with it. Here, so this is, I expanded the list. I just typed in best racing movies. That's all I did, right? Have you seen Need for Speed? I heard that movie sucked.
Very much so. It's a bad movie.
Trading Paint is garbage. Talladega Nights is on here twice. All 3 Love Bug movies. Bikini Beach, Biker Boys, Death Race is okay. Like, none of these I would think are top anything. Oh yeah,
Did you
Fireball
see the
500.
remake
Have you ever
of
seen
Death
Fireball
Race?
500, Tovar?
I have, but I was a very young kid.
Yeah. It's a really cool, like, so it's not, I wouldn't, like, I don't know how it aged today. Probably not well, right? But, like, as a kid, it was crazy to see those old cars, like, roll around.
Oh, you know, Ultimate Car Collection, like a Car Geeks movies that everyone should have in their collection, are the Mischief 3000 series, where they would do the gumball runs from New York to L.A.
Oh, hey, guys, don't worry. This list is getting better. I hit the next over, and on here is now Snow Buddies. Apparently, that's a racing movie. I guess it is technically dog racing. Yeah, Snow
Oh,
Buddies.
yeah.
It's a dog racing movie.
Is that the Cuba Goody Jr. one?
Yeah.
Type in Type 10 movie car chases.
I mean, if it's not Blues Brother, I reject the list.
Blues Brothers. Yeah, all right. That's definitely reputable.
Top
Got a
10 car
440?
chases in movies we'll put. Oh, yeah, Bullet. We forgot Bullet. That movie
No, I
rules.
didn't. I said Bullet. Bullet's in my top 3.
Yeah, Bullet's on there.
Tovar and I both said Bullet like 10 times.
I don't
Pay
listen
attention.
to you, Aaron. The adults are talking. Don't make me mute you. That's what I thought. Bullet. Oh, yeah, Ronin's pretty good, too. French Connection, we said. Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah, the old
The
Gone in
Italian
60
Job.
Seconds. Yeah, look at that right there, baby. Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Baby Driver. I really didn't like that movie. Is that weird? Oh, yeah, Death Proof. Does that count? Death Proof was rad.
Death Proof is one of my top. Okay, top 5 is definitely Death Proof. I love that more than anything.
Mad Max is in there. Technically a racing movie. I'll allow it. Born Supremacy and Identity. Transporter. Like, a lot of these, like, Drive. Yeah, it's Drive. Drive is awesome. Italian Job is real good.
The
original or the remake?
The original.
The original. The original Italian Job is awesome. The Rock? How is The Rock a racing movie? There's not even a car chase in that movie. I'm done. We're out. I can't. That makes me angry. I always hated the movie The Rock because they get there and Sean Connery's like, "Welcome to The Rock." He just got here. How can he welcome them?
You like how none of the Fast and the Furious franchise movies made it?
I mean, I don't know. So you're the one that always advocates those, but I will tell you,
no, I do
hand
not.
against God, hand against God. I watched the first Fast and Furious movie, and I was like, that's okay. I went and saw the second one in the theaters, and I was like, I never need to see another one of these. I've never seen another one after the second one.
Yeah, that one was
Tokyo Drift, I think it was.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were all right. 5 was okay. 6 is the end
it's
of
like,
it.
It's like if you keep making movies that people have to be like, oh, this one's okay, that one was fine, this one's okay. Like, your franchise sucks. Let's be honest.
Well, the thing is 3, 4, and 5 redeemed the second one. The second one is admittedly pretty garbage, but like 3, 4, and 5, they came back and actually did a really good job with that franchise.
Corey Adams Rogue Thumb says Fast and Furious was crap, all of them.
Yeah, they were okay movies. They were entertaining. They weren't by any means a really good car movie.
Yeah.
It's like car science fiction is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm going to make the announcement again. So we are going to be moving to the day sides, you guys. That is going to happen.
When are you moving?
We're going to do it on Monday. I keep getting booked, and I just can't. I can't say no to that. I need that money, guys. But I also like this enough to keep doing it. So don't worry, Aaron. You won't be able to be a part of it, and I think the show will be better for that.
Oh, fuck off. I'll make it happen.
No, you don't have to do that, man. You can just fade away gracefully. Let the show thrive without you.
That doesn't sound like my style.
Fair. That does not sound like your style. Doima, how's the day? So, Tovar, you said the days will be fine for you, right? Doima, the days are fine for you, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Where is Tom? Where the fuck? You know what? I'm calling him. Where the fuck is Tom?
Your number 1 pick?
You know what? I'm not even going to call him. I'll let him waste away. I don't care. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm not even going to tell Tom when we switch times. I'll just call him and hope I catch him doing some crack.
I'm the fucking crackhead. Tom Michel.
Tovar, what do you got going on? Are you going to be doing shows again, or what's your whole deal?
I don't know, man. I'm waiting for the world to figure out what it's doing, I guess. I'm doing more shows. I want to do more shows.
Sure. Also, tonight we'll probably be playing Pirates, so go over to the TwitchTok cast. You can watch us there as we play. Maybe Tovar will even join us tonight. Who knows? Anything could happen.
I was going to join you guys last night, but then you got your ship sunk, and I was like, no thank you.
Wait, when?
I was listening to you guys on Discord, and I was like, oh, I should jump in. And then you're like, oh, our ship is going down. We just lost everything. Let me see if I can get this treasure chest. And I was like, nope.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. You should have joined us. We got our ship sunk on the way to cashing in a bunch of treasure, right? And so we loaded all the treasure individually in a rowboat and rowboated back to the trading post and traded it all in. And then we hunted down another ship that ended up being our ship, and then we just kept lighting each other on fire. It's actually, I recorded a clip of it. It was so funny. We were talking about how, so ridiculous. We were talking about how good we are at all that shit and how awesome we are at, playing this game and how we're going to fucking fuck up this, ship that we're seeing. And we sail all the way over there in a rowboat sneakily, and it's our fucking ship. So me and Mikey are like, burn it.
So they stole your ship?
No. We saw a ship across the way that we were going to go fuck with because we had some fucking powder keg barrels, right? And as we rode up closer to it, we realized that that was, in fact, our own ship. You know what? Here, I can even play it. It was a very short clip that I made. Hold on, we'll do that. Back up to that. I put it on YouTube. Like, it's on my YouTube where I was laughing so hard at it. So, yeah, first off, there we go. This is the thing, and I'll post that there. Oop, I should have posted it in Discord. Go over to Discord. Boom. Is 10 for sure thing. Yeah. Nice. No, that's great. I would love that, Ellie. I mean, honestly, you know what? Here, we've had enough tropical Zen sleep or whatever for today. Do that. Move me back over to here. All right. So yeah, have I committed to? Yeah, I guess I have. I don't know. Like I legit, like, I don't know. I was telling you guys this last night. Like I didn't think this would work. I didn't know how this would be. I literally started doing this show because I needed something to do to count the days. It was like my in-prison calendar, like, check marks, right? And it ended up growing, and, like, it's been making money, but the support that I've had from people is the thing that makes me fucking going. Corey doesn't community. Yeah, I usually don't, but here I am. Community, man. I don't know, man. It's weird. Like, I honestly feel the support that all of you have given, and I really appreciate it. And I've had messages from a lot of people that have interacted with this show saying how much they liked it. I've had people reach out to me and say that, like, I was saying shit that they wanted to say but couldn't. And that's, as a comedian, that's why I do stand-up comedy. And to know that that plays over, and especially in the way that, like, our society is changing in very interesting ways. And a lot of that is censorship. And we need people that are going to stand up against it, even if they're wrong. I mean, I'll, like, let them come for me. I don't care. I'm not worried about cancel culture. I hate all of you motherfuckers. You're not going to cancel me. I hate me more than you hate me. Bring it. Like, it's not going to happen. And the reality is that, like, this thing morphed into something that I want to keep going. But it's just not, like I said early on when we started this, it's not feasible for me to keep doing it at night. I would like to. I don't want to, like, no lie. I don't want to get up at fucking 9:30 a.m. Tovar, how long you known me? When have you ever seen me get up at 9:30 when I don't have to?
When you haven't gone to bed yet.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Well, I guess if I fall asleep on the couch and wake up, sure. But that's what it is, you know? It's... And with the way this Discord is, I mean, tonight we had Aaron in here, we had Will in here, Doima's in here, Tovar's in here. Like, we're getting to a point where people can really interact with the show, and it becomes something special, and it becomes something for all of us. And that's not something that I will let end on my Roch. Mikey Tumok says, I got a 7-day Facebook ban for saying the word Karen in a comment on a meme. This shit is getting... Yeah, Facebook's the worst. And that's the other thing, too. That's what I want with the Discord. If you guys go to the Discord, there's a memes. Go in there. Print whatever you want. If I don't like something or we get a complaint, maybe we take it down, maybe we don't. But, like, you're not going to get banned. You're not going to get, like, restricted. Like, there needs to be pockets out there where people are allowed to speak their minds, even if it's unpopular. Like, it's me and Doima. Doima, you're here, right?
Yeah.
We have talked in length about this, about how I am pro Nazi gatherings in public. I am very pro that, because I want to see how big those groups are getting. I want to see how many people's there, and I want to see what they're saying. I don't want them pushed into the recesses of the internet where they can gather till they have a number that none of us can do anything about. That seems real bad to me.
I want them to be public just so I can know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, right. That also, you know, and the whole thing is that this, like I like Steel Toe, but sometimes I feel like Steel Toe's agenda and mine don't line up. Because this isn't an agenda thing. This is me, just an honest fucking dude going through life trying to figure out the world around me. I don't fucking, like, this shit's crazy. If you look around the world and you think it's not crazy, you're not paying attention. This shit is fucking bananas. But long story longer, we're going to be moving the show to Monday. So what will happen this week is we're going to finish out this week at our normal time, which means tomorrow we'll be on again at like 7:30 or 8ish, and then it'll be a recess for a while. I won't be here Wednesday or Thursday because those are the normal days off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I won't be on here. But then Monday next week at 10 a.m., we will start. And we will go 10 to 1 at first because it's always been a 3-hour show. But because we're trying to keep the averages going and all that, if the averages start to go down, it might just go to 10 to noon. I don't know yet. We're going to figure it out. I mean, this thing, whatever this Twitch Talk ends up being, this has been a community thing between all of us, and it's just growing in the way that we want it to. I mean, the difference, like Tovar, you were here at the beginning. The difference between this show now and when we started is crazy. It's like a different show.
It is a different show.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's by name, but like I'm just saying it's like it's a different show in addition to being a different show.
It's like because it is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I just think like, I don't know. My whole thing is that if this is not something you guys want to do, let me know. I will gladly get up in the morning and I will gladly do it for you guys Monday through Friday. But like, if you guys don't want to, I don't give a shit. like I'll gladly get too ripped to stand, fall asleep, and sleep till 2 p.m. I have character witnesses that will vouch.
And Corey, you're waking up at 9 o'clock and you're getting set up no matter what.
Yeah. Well, probably 9:30. Let's be honest about that.
Well, yeah, okay. It doesn't take that long to turn the computer on.
Well, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into this than just turning a computer on, but yeah.
Well,
Like I've got a green
okay,
screen,
so
I've got lights, I've got a mic, I've got a webcam, I've got all these peripherals I have to set up. Because nothing stays in place.
I think you have a strong enough following to pull a 10 o'clock, and then you probably pull better numbers just because of the Steel Toe audience, too.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm thinking, too, is I think that there's a lot of people that are listening to Steel Toe that might come over, too, so we might see an increase. But my big thing is, like, I don't want to ruin whatever this is because, again, I think this show is cool, and I think it can grow into something way more, like, than it is. But that being said, I just, like, I don't know. I'm going to miss this, like, thing, because if we lose even 3 or 4 people when we move to days, that's going to suck because we all have come in. But I was, like, I've tried to be honest about this whole process with all of you along the way. I told you at first I didn't know what I was doing, and I would try, and I would get all this stuff. The moment we started making money, I dumped money back into this show. I mean, we have a green screen now. We have lights. We have fucking speakers. We have all this stuff. And the other thing that doing it in the day does that I think a lot of people don't realize is that it's going to free us to play up video games at night. So we can do video games. We can do different shows. We can do a lot of stuff at night that we can't do right now because we're on show at night. And those don't have to be scheduled the same because, again, right now, like the when I picked the schedule for this originally, it was, hold on, I'm going to mute you 5 Cheese. You got some kind of static going on. Or was that Doima? Was Doima the static?
That was probably when.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, so like the whole thing is supposed to be 100, LOL. Yeah. Cool, thank you. Sweet. Oh, let me just yawn. Also, you know, Tovar will vouch. A man at my age, you got to be doing stuff before noon, right?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was taking a nap.
Yeah, right? Yeah, a man at my age, you can't be doing shit till 11. Got to be doing that shit at noon. But yeah, like... what? Go ahead.
I was going to ask how your new internet's doing.
It isn't yet.
Oh, figures.
I called at 5. Nobody answered, and then by the time somebody was getting back to me, it was close to 6, and I was like, I can't. There's no way I'm gonna get this done in
Not
an
enough
hour.
time.
Right.
Yeah. You said it's something you got to start earlier in the day for sure.
Right. So I'll probably do it. I'll probably do it Wednesday or Thursday.
Time to start getting up at 9:30. You got to train yourself, bro.
Yeah. Ugh. God damn it. That makes me mad. Savage Dragon D said, I had a lady get mad at me because she said, God save the Queen. I responded with, this is America, fuck the Queen. Yeah, fuck the British. This is actually, I got suspended for 24 hours for writing on my dead friend's wall, hey buddy, I miss you, fuck the British, when it was my buddy Gus who would start his show traditionally with a traditional Irish toast, fuck the British. What is happening with this fucking background? There we go. Maybe I'll even get new backgrounds too. I don't know. We're going to add stream elements and then we'll have the Discord bot. I mean, it'll be fun. I'll be working, still interacting, just a bit less. That's all. That's fine. I mean, like, that's the thing. I mean, honestly, like, I'm asking you guys. I'm not even telling you. I just think the move is to go to 10. And I think as long as we know that's the move, putting it off is stupid. Corey Adams Orc Thumb says, why do you act as if this show is all about you, Corey? It's not. I'm literally asking for a petition of you guys and get your opinion. I've been asking feedback about this for 3 fucking days. If it was all about me, if this was a true courtocracy, it would have already been done. Also, shout out to the word courtocracy. What's up? I mean, Doima, what do you think? The Switch is all right?
I think it's the right move.
Yeah, right. It just feels like it is, because it's I either move it to the day or I stop doing it, and I feel like there's just too much momentum and behind it to stop doing it at this point. Plus, it's fun. Exactly. Like, this is like some of these days are really like pulling teeth. Like yesterday, I was low energy, and it really felt like it was tough to do the show, but most of the days are a lot of fun. This like, I look down and we're already 2.5 hours in, and it's like, it just flew by. Where the fuck did that go? Ellie May says, I think 10 a.m. is great. Good. Yeah, press F if you think 10 a.m. is good. Press F to pay respect to 10 a.m. There you go. Or just res F. Press. I can't forget. Oh, God. Boom. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm talking about, Corey Adams, Rogue Thumb. Like, I have to keep doing it, and we're going to lose people because this time slot was better for people. But here's the thing. If you're a subscriber, you have access to the archives. You have access to all that stuff, which is awesome. It's also on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it. And even if you're not able to interact as much, you can still watch it and interact when you can. So, Fat Matt, that's pretty good. Forfeit. 7L, Mikey is offering no help of any kind. I like how Mikey's saying his naysaying shit, but he's not in Discord giving an opinion. What a bitch. Also, don't forget to go to Venmo and donate for me. Even more so if you're not going to be able to join us at our noon time slot, 10 a.m. on Monday. I don't know. $1,000 hours is fine. It's a good time, and you'll catch the steel toe bleed over since they're ending. Yeah, that's part of it. Is like, because for me, I would ideally like to do 9 a.m. I think. Like, if it were up to me, I would do 9, but I'm not going to do that because Steel Toe's on. And I'm just not going to, it was the same reason why I picked the days off when I did. I'm not going to go head to head with Savage Thoughts. I'm not going to go head to head with Steel Toe Evening Show. That's just not in my interest. What up, Mikey? Is that Mikey? I thought that was. Yeah, most of my guests are going back. Yeah, and that's true, Daryl motherfucker. Most of my guests are comedians, and they're all going back to the evening schedule as well. All of us had open evenings for the last few months because nothing was up and running. But now we're going to get things up and running. I have it on very good authority that there will be a comedy show at Sisyphus at 8 p.m. on Friday this week. So that's pretty fun. It's just
Any word on the mic?
What?
Is there any word on the mic?
I mean, okay. So do you want some like sweet inside Sisyphus baseball?
Yeah, I'd love some.
I don't think Tovar wants it. Tovar hates that place.
I'm drinking peanut butter right now. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, that's because you can't afford a real meal. We're talking beer.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
I know. That
beer.
was the joke.
Oh.
Yeah, so here's the deal with the thing is I met with Sam. We're going to try to get comedy up and running as soon as possible, which is this Friday at 8 p.m. We're going to have a show. I'm going to MC. Ahmed Khalaf will be the feature, and Chris Maddock will be the headliner. We're doing...
Good lineup.
Yeah, well, and what's interesting, too, is I'm going to talk to Sam, but I also might broadcast the show on Twitch for people. Like, him and I have been talking about that, because, like, I want to make sure... As we start comedy, we leave an open spot for people that want to support the show, but don't really feel comfortable going outside yet. Because, like, I am getting to a point where being outside doesn't creep me out like it used to, but I definitely understand that mentality of people who do. And especially with Sisyphus, I mean, that crowd has been behind us. But so one of the things we're going to do right away is we might be adding more nights. We might be adding, like, you know, instead of doing the open mic, we'll do like Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows. But the main reason we're trying to figure out the open mic is because we're not trying to have 20 or 30 comics just there. You know, like if it's open mic, stand up, get up, then you have all the comics show up, and now like you've hit your capacity by just the comics in the door. And so, like, the reality is, like, if we do standard shows, you have 2 comics, they know they're booked, so that doesn't matter. And then all the seats can be there for people that want them. Okay. Is what we got so far. And again, we're doing one this, give them well, yeah. So what I would do, and what I had suggested was running it on Twitch, right? And then keeping track, because the new thing I have, which is called Stream Elements, actually keeps track of what the monetary value is of each show. I did it when I started doing the Steel Toe Corey show, so I could figure out exactly what I should make per episode, right? And so having that metric, we can take all the money, the bits, the subs, everything that goes in on a night while we're doing comedy, we can redistribute to the comics. So it's a way to get the pay rate up for the comics, because at Sisyphus, for instance, like 25 seating percent, that's 42 seats. It's not a lot. Even if that's like, you know, everybody's paying $5 and in there, it's not a lot of money. Did I lose you? Where did... Oh, they're there. Cheese is talking. But yeah, so those are the big news. And so Friday, if I get it all right, we're going to have nothing on this show except for the Twitch show, which will be at 8 p.m. And what I might also do is I might try to get some kind of pre-show dialogue or question and answer, something so that people can interact with the comics and go find their social media. What do you think about that, Tovar?
I think these are all really good ideas. I think that's going to be the future of stand-up for a while. Get-up stand-ups are like... Sign-up get-ups are pretty much done for a while.
Yeah. Shout out to Lloyd's Christmas 2, who got tier 1 from The Real Motherfucker. Thank you. Yeah, I think that one of the things that was really interesting with Acme with that Zoom show that I did on Friday and Saturday is, like, I don't think the future of comedy is VR like I used to. But I think incorporating VR to real shows will be the future. I think that having the option, because, like, think about it from a venue standpoint, right? Like, if you're only allowed to have 42, like a Zoom show, you can have 300 people. So, like, you can hit your capacity online even while they're limiting your attendance in person. Meanwhile, you're able to help the people that, for whatever reason, don't feel comfortable going out yet. Everybody wins. And as things go forward, like, think about Sisyphus. If we can get something going that's working on Twitch, you know, for them, we literally can start having bigger acts because they can be making more money.
Well, right, because it literally triples your seating capacity.
Right. Well, in Sisyphus, it more than triples. I mean, like, Zoom has a 300 maximum cap, right? Sisyphus, to the gills, like, is about 93 seats.
That's before all of this.
Right. Now we're down to about 40. I mean, 40 is what we get to do.
Wow.
But just think of, like, how cool 40 is going to feel in that room.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of the biggest problems is that it's too crowded. I mean, like, that place is, like, walking all over each other.
I miss the chatter of just a full room of people.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to be doing on that. So look for that on Friday. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to go official. I think I'm calling it. I don't think anybody's got any real problems with it. I think we're starting Monday. We're going to go to 10 a.m. And then we will go 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. And that'll just be the new schedule. And then we'll figure out some stuff to do in the evening, too. Because, I mean, on days where I'm not working, there's no reason to not do stuff, you know? And if we end up getting some listeners from Steel Toe, or we end up getting a pop just because we're on day side, then we can have stuff on the night side that doesn't necessarily need to have as many viewers, and it'll still keep our averages up. Because at affiliate, like, averages is everything. Tovar, when? So you have no announcement of when you're gonna do a show again. You're just out.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have any shows booked for the foreseeable future. I think
Sure.
I am going to do an Instagram show this Wednesday. I mean, I might do Joe.
Yeah. What happened with the Joe thing? I thought you were gonna do that last Wednesday.
Yeah, I was, but then like he fell asleep again, and I just was busy doing other stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's a
I figured you'd
co-host.
get a
That's a
good kick out of
co-host
that.
of Coca-Zellas that know all about that.
Yeah. Wrangling a Joe could be kind of hard, man. I mean, it was crazy the first week that he was like so into, just being in the like doing all of that discord of the riot and stuff.
That's what he does, though. He gets excited about a thing, and then he hard sells everybody else on a thing, and then he loses interest on it and doesn't do anything. That's the cycle of Joe. Yeah. We should do all these cool ideas, and you should do all the work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it all works.
I have no idea what that's like at all.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, never. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, I think we're going to cut Mikey. You have anything to say? Mikey's in here.
No, not really.
Not really?
Just
What do you
listening.
think about the time frame change?
It doesn't matter to me, man. It's your show.
Yeah, but it matters. You're a fucking emote, bro. You're part of it.
Well, yeah, and I'll listen either way.
All right.
It doesn't affect me any. It's the other people whose schedule might be
Sure.
up in the air. Not
I
mine.
think Tom's going to be the big victim of all this, honestly, and that sucks, but whatever.
He deserves it.
Tom was sassy to me last time he was on. I don't like that.
Oh yeah?
He was too spicy.
Did you watch that video of us raiding our own ship?
Yeah, a couple times.
Pretty funny, right?
My favorite part is at the end when I was hiding behind the rock with that last.
Oh,
barrel
I know,
and
dude. That's the
explosive, and I
funniest
come
thing
running
ever.
out
Because
at
like,
you,
yeah,
right at you,
couldn't
right
see
as
it
you
all.
respawn,
We're
I
gonna
come
actually here.
charging
You know
at
what?
you
We're
with a
gonna
barrel.
watch this. We're gonna make people watch this shit. This is how geeky we are right now, and you can go. This is on my YouTube. It's called Sea of Thieves: Hunting Down the Ship. And the thing
All
that's
right,
so funny
I'm just gonna
about
mute
this,
and watch then.
yeah. Are you down to play tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody go over to TwitchTok Cast, and we will be playing. If we could twist Tovar's arm, maybe we get him to play as well. Ellie is in here. Ellie, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just trying to figure out what this looks like going forward.
It's going to be great. And your fans are loyal. They're going to either go back and watch it.
Yeah, but I feel like their loyalty is just because they want to spite me. So maybe they're like, yeah, we have our back. And then I show up and nobody's there, which would be funny. Like if the first 2 episodes were nobody, I would laugh at that. Don't do that, though. That would fuck up my average. I don't know. It sucks because I feel like we built a really like cool like collective of people. And no matter what happens when we move, some of them won't be able to carry over. And that sucks because I enjoy it. I enjoy everybody.
I agree with that. And I mean, I don't think it sucks. I mean, change is always going to happen and it's going to be good.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be okay. Savage Dragon D says, yeah, but wasn't Margaret taking all of Tom's work already because she was more funny? Yeah, maybe. Could be. Ellie, do you think Margaret is funnier than Tom?
Tom Michel.
No, absolutely not.
Do you think Margaret thinks she's funnier than Tom?
I don't know what she believes.
The answer
I
is
think
yes.
there's a
She
lot
absolutely
going on.
thinks that. All right. Well, hey, thank you for coming out. And you're going to be able to interact a little bit and watch at work here and there?
Absolutely. I mean, more so than I do now because right now I'm working on Monday and Thursday night.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, all right. Fucking A. Fucking A. All right, you're fine. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there to support you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Support me with pizza crust. Yeah.
I'm telling you, whenever you want it, I've got it.
Oh, I'm coming. Ellie's my pizza crust mama. The last bee grizzlies. I'm gonna freeze one of them, vacuum seal it, and just leave it forever, and just be like, no, there's one left. There's one left.
You will. You'll have to. I think I only have like 4 left.
No. Did you make any of them?
No, I didn't. Kristen made all of them.
Awesome. That's fucking rad. All right, well, I think we're done here. We're going to go over and play some Pirates probably, so head over to the TwitchTok cast. Wait, no, it's games.
So are
Also-
you going to be playing Pirates right away, or is this going to be a 1 o'clock in the morning before you log on thing?
I don't know, man. I got to tear down everything and eat. God forbid I take a break after working, you fucking slave master.
Yeah, because you need to eat.
I
Right?
need to eat. I'm wasting away. I have like fucking 4 stomachs, and now they're down to 2. I need my nourishment.
Fair enough.
Savage Dragon D
Corey,
says, and while I might not be able to watch, my 12-year-old will because she's a huge Corey Adam fan. She just can't watch now because she's in bed sleeping. Fine. What? Who said Corey?
Hey, it's Matt. Can I throw a plug out?
Yeah, go for it.
New episode of Awful Service Podcast coming out tomorrow with Andy Fisher.
Oh, cool.
And then I actually I have dates at Camp Bar, 26th and 27th in St. Paul.
Camp Bar is already back open? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they're starting. They have Maggie Ferris this weekend.
Who books that now?
It's Yoder's.
Okay.
It's funny business.
There too.
I'm there the next weekend, the 26th and 27th, 4 shows with Frank Roche and Tiffany Norton.
That's awesome, man. Sounds rad.
I mean, I don't know Frank, but I know Tiffany's funny as hell, so it'll be a good time. And they're gonna do 4 shows, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, and then I got a bunch of dates booked past that. But yeah,
Trying to find the Andy Fisher tagged me in the I did something for him years ago, and it finally got released. Road Lunch, that's what it is.
yeah, no, there's another. It's a really another fun episode. We actually recorded it back in mid-May, but people really weren't listening to podcasts at the end of May and early June. I wonder why.
Here we go. There's the link for Road Lunch. I'll also put it in the Discord. There we go. All right. Doima, thank you so much. Everybody go to Awful Service Podcast. Tovar, you got a plug?
No.
No plug for Tovar. 5 Cheese, you got a plug?
Plug this.
That's a no. Mikey Two Milks, you got a plug?
I have no plugs. Butt plug.
Yeah, that counts. So, yeah. You guys have been awesome. So tomorrow, we will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow will be the last show in the evening. Starting next Monday, we will start at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday on TwitchTok. So, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free. Hit me up. Come on over into the Discord. Don't forget to go to Venmo and donate to Corey Adam Comedy. Everything you give helps. Remember to go to the games channel, which is TwitchTok Cast. And that's actually another announcement, too, is that if we end up doing better in the morning, we will probably get rid of TwitchTok Cast as a channel and probably start streaming games on this channel just to keep everything in one centralized hub. So that's pretty cool. But thanks again, Tovar. Thank you. Doima, thank you. Mikey Two Milks, Aaron, Will, Ellie, 5 Cheese. Everybody, thank you for participating. That's super awesome. I don't know why the fuck the alert box isn't working here. Try it. Let's see here. If we got the...
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
I'm a fucking crackhead.
There we go. We got some of that going. We got the sound banks. Other than that, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think we will end into the end phase now. Let's go. Here we go. Foomp. Oh, yeah, wait. We're going to watch... whatever. I posted the links. You can go watch them yourself. Maybe we'll watch them tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah. So don't forget, join us tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last time we are doing this show at night. Starting Monday, we will be on 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Super rad. Once again, thanks to everybody. You guys have been super, super awesome. Like, just the most awesome ever. All right, that's it. You guys have a great night. Where the fuck is that? Why is that not coming up? There it is. Wait, no? Damn it. All right, you guys have been awesome. Have a great night.
To our town, the microphone above his hip. Suffer fools, and he never took no lip. An adversarial libertarian, and he came to talk some shit. He